It's Star Wars.
Okay, so we are doing a movie, our top movie choices up to, I think there's 20. 1, 2, 3. Okay, back to numbers. 1, 2, 3. All right, somewhere around like 20 or 25.
Yeah.
Our top movie. We had to stop because there's a lot.
Yeah, you guys count.
Yeah. And we have 5. We have metrics, and it's based on storyline, originality, and entertainment value. So we're going to give each one of these a metric and then rate them from S, A, B, C, and D. Again, S is
super awesome.
A is
Awesome.
B is
Badass.
C is
Cool.
D is
Dumb.
All right, cool. So the first one we have up is Alien.
Alien.
The first Alien.
Believe it or not, it's about aliens.
Wait. What?
You haven't seen it?
No, I thought it was about eggs.
It's what's on the cover, right?
It's just an egg. Did you ever see an egg in the movie?
Yeah.
Do you really like who cracks out of that egg? Is it the guy?
No, the face. They jump on your face.
Oh, the fucking the face huggers.
Yes.
I did not know that they jumped out of white eggs though. I thought they came out of.
Well, because the queen lays those eggs, that big massive queen,
and they're white eggs,
and she's hanging in that room.
Okay.
And she's just pumping the eggs out the whole time.
Yes.
Yeah,
right.
dude.
Okay. I don't remember the eggs being white though. That's the only thing I remember them being.
And then
like,
the face hugger jumps on your face and then lays the alien inside of your body, and that's when it busts out of your chest.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, talk about so Alien. I know that it's in this. There's somebody out there that knows this, but I think my brother and I who love the Alien genre. That was like one of the first movies that me and my brother were like, oh, love this. I think we had a conversation a couple years back, which was way too long overdue. We realized that it was more of a thriller than it was a like sci-fi. It was more like you don't see which I appreciate. You don't see the alien as a lot. Like you only see little flashes of it.
Towards like the end, you get a lot of the aliens.
Yeah, exactly. Like for most of the movie, you don't even see it. All you hear and see are like just movements and like things moving and like breath, and like you only see macro shots of like the shiny nature of the skin, like the black skin on the alien and shit. But you don't even see the full body until later on in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
That scene you were just talking about with the egg scene where she's like the queen is like hanging out, and remember how big her tum tum was?
Yeah. She's got to lay all those eggs.
Eggs for sale. It's like you go up to the farmer's market and there's like this big alien with a giant thorax like pumping these eggs out. She's like holding a sign.
Dude.
Fresh eggs.
You crack the egg on a skillet and it just eats through the skillet. And then it eats through your stove.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because the acid like burns through shit. That's right. Yeah.
And then it burns through your floor. And you're like, damn it.
Dang it.
I didn't even get to eat it. You're all mad.
It looks... You're all mad. That shell that the egg is made out of has to be the most biologically strong material in the universe.
Well, I guess the egg isn't the acidic thing, right? It's what they spit out of their mouth that's acidic, because don't they like put their finger in it and it's all gooey and they're like, what is this?
Dude, yeah. See, it's been so long since I've seen it.
It's been a while since I've seen it too, yeah.
I think they do. Someone does touch it and then it doesn't. Oh my God. We need to check that shit. But it does. I remember specifically it's like a grate, like a square metal with like, I don't know a better word to say, but like a grate. It's like it's
like an egg carton.
Square. It's like square but metal, and there's like holes. It's like square holes, and then it like eats through that. It's like the floor. Anyway,
dude, it's so intense. Like when they're in that they're closed off in that medical room.
Yes, dude. So okay, the travel,
or is that in Prometheus?
Dude, I think we're mixed. I'm definitely
I'm mixing up a couple of. I mean, there's
Prometheus.
only like 100 Alien movies, right?
There is a lot.
I think Prometheus is the one where the machine slices her open and it jumps out and gets in the room with the girl.
And it's all like
Shit, I don't remember, dude.
on the ceiling.
Yeah,
and shit.
I do remember the cat. The cat was like, "No, I don't like this."
Dude. I can't remember who I was. I think it was Dolores. What's her name? Cannon, who was talking about. Sorry to go off real quick, just tangent. But she was saying that cats can see different wavelengths of energy.
Yeah, it's why they just stare up at the corner of your wall.
Exactly.
Sometimes.
Yeah, dude.
And you're like, "What are you looking at?
Yeah.
Stop! You're freaking me out."
So that, I mean, not until recently, like literally last week, I saw this video, and not until just now did I make that connection. You just said there was a cat in that scene, right?
Yeah.
Was that in the original or was that in Prometheus?
I think it's in the original. I think so. And it's like, it's like not happy.
So
the fool was mad.
dude, and he's like all mad. He's saying mad. But like that, what an awesome detail to put into that movie. Like, I wonder if somebody on set, if they had a consultant come in and say, "Well, you could put a cat in there,"
Yeah.
and
Maybe, dude. Maybe.
or maybe it could be a coincidence. I don't know.
A funny story about animals looking at the corner of your wall. The other day, my dog started barking and like they ran to the window, but then one of my dogs ran to the wall and just started barking at it. I don't know why.
He's like all mad, like hey.
Like two of the dogs, I had three of them, and so two of them like ran to the window and started barking, and then my third one, like Gizmo, he just ran to the wall and started barking at the wall. I was like, "What are you doing?
What?
You're not even in the right place." He was like, "I'm going this way." Bark, 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 bark.
Follow me.
It wasn't like no window. It's just a wall. He's just barking into the wall.
You know what? I bet he got embarrassed, and he was like, "You know what? I'm gonna show my owner that I'm doing my job," and I'm like, I trust me. I needed to do this.
Or he was just like, he knew he fucked up, but he was committed at that point, so he wasn't gonna stop. He was like, I should have went to the window, but I'm here now.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do work at the wall.
Yeah, he's like embarrassed. Okay, dude, that's
Okay.
You have 3 little aliens, by the way, living in your house.
Little corgis.
Corgis. Okay, so Alien, let's do this. So we have a lot to get through. Okay, storyline. Let's talk about Alien storyline. Epic, dude. Okay, but in the first movie, if we're just taking into account for the first movie, it has to do with these. Does it really give you any context of they're there for like a mining expedition? Am I remembering that right?
I think so.
Oh, we're gonna get so much hate.
Or was that?
We don't know that.
Was that the one where they go to the Proxima? On the ship. Damn
There's
it,
so many alien movies.
What is that called?
Okay, well, all right. So it doesn't really give you any backstory. That's what I know about that movie. We should have done more research.
I think it does. It's been so long since I've seen, and I've seen like.
It's not like we're gonna watch all these movies before doing this, right? All right, let's skip over that. Storyline. Honestly, as a series, as a franchise, great story.
Badass, right?
Fucking great. They did their homework. They watched all the prequels and then the sequential movies.
Yeah,
dude, it all holds up. I don't know if there's any holes. I'm sure there's holes.
Some of the Alien versus Predators were a little whack. Like, they
yeah.
weren't like that cool, but the Alien movies and then like into like Prometheus.
Yeah.
Are
the one that's most fresh on my mind is Prometheus. And I freaking loved that movie.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I give the storyline. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I thought that was pretty cool. Like when they were advertising it, because I watched a lot of TED Talks back in the day, and then like when they advertised it, they had Homeboy like at a TED Talks talking about the expedition,
really,
and stuff like that. And I was like, "Whoa, what is this?" And then I was like, "Oh shit, it's a new Alien movie."
Wait,
Prometheus.
The director. He was speaking
in the movie.
Oh, in the movie.
In the movie, the guy who was like funding the expedition was talking about, going to this new place.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
at the beginning of the movie, he's talking about like, we see these cave paintings in different parts of the world.
Yeah, it was like on a TED Talk. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, dude. I love Prometheus. Maybe we should have put Prometheus on here. We were like trying to come up with like, right, like what are the OGs? Like people are going to get pissed if we don't put it on this list. But all right, well, anyway.
We did it 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. So, yeah. Storyline, I mean,
good storyline. It's a good storyline.
Are we doing the series or the franchise or just this one movie?
The one movie.
Okay, well, let's just do the one movie.
The storyline is dope.
There's not a lot of context, but it's better. What I like about it is that it is so contained. They don't try. You don't need that much of a storyline for this because it is a thriller. All you know is they're in a ship. They're on some other planet, and there's a possibility of aliens. Oh, there's fucking aliens, and they're gonna kill you. Like it doesn't need that much of storyline. So are we talking like the metric is storyline? This thing, it just works, man. And they simplified it. They didn't spend a lot of minutes for this feature-length film trying to come up with some kind of cool story.
They were like, you know what? Let's get some guns. Let's get some aliens, and let's make them fight.
That sounds pretty dope.
I think the first Alien movie should go in the awesome category.
I think so as well. So, originality, again, that's up there for me, dude. Entertainment value, fucking up there. But it's not my favorite. So we're going to put that in the awesome category.
Yeah.
Aliens, awesome category. All right.
Hell yeah.
Second movie. Close Encounters of the Third... What did you going to say?
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Starring Stephen Greer.
This is another Stephen Greer film.
What? I mean, how bold do you have to be to name your doc... I feel like we give this guy so much shit. I'm sorry. I really don't hate the guy. I feel like...
Well, not only that, but like the nerve to make...
It is kind of bold, man.
The boldness to make 5 documentaries that are exactly the same.
Yeah, that's all. All right. Let's stay on track.
That's not on the list.
Not on the list. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It is... probably one of the first Alien movies that I had ever seen. So I have a really strong pull to this movie. So I automatically love it. I'm biased for sure. The storyline itself, man, is incredible.
Notch.
You can't find any holes.
Notch, right? I mean, when you have people like J. Allen Hynek, like making a cameo in it and being like part of like making this whole movie, and Jacques Vallée also a part of it. And you have the French guy in the movie that's representing like kind of Vallée and so they had some like real hard hitters while making the movie.
Right. Also, one of the first films that we have. I mean, witness testimony, not like documents, but a lot of people that had to do with that movie, that worked on it, that know people that worked on it, said that was one of the first CIA psyop Hollywood intervention kind of deals where like they sent in people just to make sure that they didn't say anything that was too on the nose. Like, that's fucking cool. That
which
backstory
makes you think like, oh. Huh. That movie must be pretty close, huh? Because when you look at like what's happening in the movie and like the dude's experience and how he just starts going crazy, like not crazy, but like
the Devil's Tower thing.
The Devil's Tower, and like, but other people are also having the same events that aren't connected.
Right, these downloads and like people start building this object. Is that where you're going with that? Like,
like just how it relates to like real life and people's stories, contact stories that like I've heard.
Right,
real life. That's
how it.
That's how it is.
So accurate.
The movie itself is slow. It is very slow.
Yep.
Really, like the end is the coolest part, right? But the story, you have to be able to appreciate like The you know, damn, I can't think.
The originality, the realness. I have a thought. I don't know if that's the word you're going for, but so you said Jalen Hynek, who was definitely a consultant for this movie, and other people that are like,
and he's in it,
like sticks and stones, brick and mortar. Like, this is a respected public or government official, whatever. That's cool. Also, the details that you were just referring to, like the Devil's Tower, everybody getting this download, that had to have come from an experiencer.
Yeah,
and we don't know who those people are.
No,
right? So who told who? Those names weren't mentioned. They never got a credit, but we know now that is what people experience. A lot of people have very similar downloads of hey, you need to, like, being compelled to do something or being compelled to speak out in public about this certain event. It's just, it hits home from a lot of the stories that we've heard from our guests that we've had on this podcast. Right. Dude, this is so accurate.
Oh, definitely.
My favorite scene of the movie, and I know this is lame, but like I think it's like in the first 10 minutes where that car chase where the police are driving through the valley in Hollywood or something. I think it's like in California, and then they see the little
lights.
The UFOs kind of following the highway, and then you see like the cop cars chasing it as if like so it's cool. It's really freaking cool.
And then when he's in the truck and the thing like comes over him and his truck starts going crazy and the radio starts going all wild and stuff, and he's like, what the hell's going on?
Hey, what the hell? I'm just trying to deliver the bananas.
Yeah.
But that for me is also I know this was an older movie, but the CGI in that movie is really good. I don't know if they've retouched it the last time I saw it, but
they might have. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, there's definitely a remastered version.
Yeah,
I think I have the remastered version actually.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And the little aliens that come out of the ship. It's cool. They just dressed up a bunch of little kids.
Yeah.
And put them in these.
Well, for one of the scenes, they had a bunch of kids, and then for the one where it's a close up of the alien, and it's like it comes out of the door, and it's like it reaches up and it looks up, and it's like this. That I don't think was a child. I think that was either a puppet or something else. Because I remember even back in the day when I first saw it, thinking like, it looks fake, and then recently seeing it, now knowing like what things should look like, but
knowing what you know,
it seemed a lot more fake and like low budget. But I mean, for the time, it was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
But you know that scene, right? What I'm talking about, where he reaches out and it's like he like tilts his head a little bit. It's creepy. But again, back to like when we first started this show, like we don't know how aliens move.
Do you think the sound things are accurate, or do you think they were trying to like represent frequency?
Ooh, good question. Yeah,
because they had the lights, like the Simon Says lights on there.
Yeah,
you know.
Well,
do you think that like they're really communicating with that sound, or do you think they were trying to like say, hey, frequency is kind of a big part of this?
Well, so I don't really have an answer for that, but I will say this: the frequency applies to both sound and color, because color is a wave and a frequency. Like it's a particle and a wave. So that means everything has a frequency of atoms, right? So frequency is kind of like, okay, well, where do we want to focus on? Like, are we talking about sound? Because sound can have a frequency, but the decibel level depends on, well, there's a whole like equation to it, but you can have the same frequency and have low dBs and not be able to hear it. It's the same frequency. But like color, so my point is the color has its own frequency. So they could have been communicating with color rather than sound. And then I'm just like snowballing, but maybe because they did the sounds and the colors at the same time, right? The UFO.
Yeah.
So maybe they thought, oh, well, humans, they're so dumb. They need a color with a sound. So like, let's do both.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Let's do numbers and alphabet and letters at the same time. Let's see if they can figure this out.
Yeah.
I feel like I just talked for a really long time.
It was a little too smart, I think. No, it was perfect. Badass movie.
Yeah.
Close Encounters.
So
Totally badass.
Storyline.
Epic.
It comes full circle. There's not a lot of holes for me that I remember that stick out in my memory. Originality. Most original.
Is it original because of original thought, or is it original because of like the accuracy of it?
Ooh. Love that.
Because if we're going off of this, in the like 80s, the originality coming from the accuracy is like kind of mind blowing. Now in 2021, you
Right.
look back and you're like, holy crap. Like they were really saying something.
Right, dude. Then dude, that gives me a whole perspective on that idea.
Because it's not something they just made up in their. I mean, it was an original idea. Like, hey, I want to make this cool alien movie. I want there to be like some like real stuff that goes along with it. Who
Yeah.
can I get to help with it?
Right.
Jalen Hynek, but Jacques Vallée, and they're giving all these actual real stories. They're actually helping advise like with stories that they've heard, evidence that they have.
Yeah.
And then their government involvement, what the government does in these certain situations and
Yes.
implementing all that stuff into the movie. And
Yeah.
then you see it as like a blockbuster and you're like, man, what a cool alien movie.
Mm-hmm.
But now in 2021, knowing what we know, holy crap, right?
Dude. Yeah. Fucking love that.
Yep.
I say, man,
So I think it goes in the D category for dumb.
dumb. So dumb.
No, definitely not.
Entertainment value. I mean, come
value?
on.
Yeah.
When I think of entertainment value, it's like who is it entertaining? Is it entertaining people that really love this stuff, or is it entertaining the masses? Like, there's a spectrum, and for me, I think this hits both the masses and the people that are like into this shit, like you and I.
Right.
So I feel like it's 10 across the board, and I want to say it's an S for me.
For super
awesome. That's what I'm just.
I say
That's
throw it
my-
up there. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yep.
what do you think? I don't want to. What are your thoughts?
I think it's super awesome. But also, is it propaganda?
Ooh. Now you're making me change my mind.
So now I'm like, yeah, I love the movie.
Well, should we apply those metrics to the movie? Because if we're just talking about the movie, I know this matters. I know that thought matters.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate that.
And it's
because
like-
it makes me want to change it back down to awesome.
It's more of a internal like struggle. Like, yeah, it's a badass movie.
Right.
But was it propaganda? Like that makes it not super awesome.
I feel like
It makes it an awesome movie. But
Yeah.
if it's like, I don't know.
I don't.
Disinformation, it's not super awesome.
I'm glad that you said something because I agree.
Uh-huh.
I agree completely. Because I know for a fact that there is one movie here that I think there should be only. Well, tell me if what do you think, but there should be only one movie in the super awesome category. And I'm leaning towards one. We'll see when we get to it, but there's one movie I'm leaning towards. But it's got to be covers all the bases, has no rhetoric or propaganda.
Yeah.
If we're
There's-
adding that
yeah.
metric in there, we've got to.
Okay, cool.
You know what I mean?
I would put Close Encounters in the awesome category.
Okay, another one in awesome.
Yeah.
All right, we have Alien and Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Is it? Yeah, all in the awesome category.
Yep.
All right, sweet.
Cool. Next one. One of my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
Coneheads.
Yeah, dude. I love the
Yes!
Coneheads. If
Dude.
we're talking about originality, 100%.
Yeah.
We're talking about entertainment value, 100%.
Yep.
If we're talking, what's the other one?
Storyline.
100%.
100%, dude. There are no holes in this.
I don't
in
know
this fucking movie.
what your super awesome movie was, but mine was Coneheads.
Dude. Okay. Hey, we could.
We could break it down, dude.
We gotta put it. That is, if you believe that is a super awesome movie, we have to put it in there.
Yeah, I think it is a super awesome movie.
Let's go ahead and put it in there.
I mean, we're talking.
You got humor. You got like kind of accurate representation of aliens
Living among us, right?
Living among us, dude.
Yes, and
Chungus among us.
And it's funny because like the guy walks around with a cone head and nobody really says anything, you know,
dude.
And
also his daughter's like. Okay.
It's
I
just
never want to talk
hilarious.
about anybody's daughter, but that actress in that movie, it doesn't matter if she has a cone head. She's fine.
She's fine.
She's
so fine.
I know what Chris Farley saw in her.
Yeah. She's fine.
Yeah. She's fine.
Damn it. What do they call it? Honing. You're too young to hone. To hone. And they put the honing ring.
And they come back from their parents come back and they're like, they're like touching.
I like when she's in the grocery store and she sees the eggplants and she's like, she freaks out. and like, and then he comes in for lunch. Lunch. He's walking in. Lunch.
Does he like eat just like metal scraps and shit?
It is time for midday mass consumption. Mass consumption. And then he like folds a pizza and just like eats the whole pizza.
That scene in the dentist really freaked me out with the double teeth line
open wide.
Keeps going.
He's got like 20 rows of teeth in there, dude.
They're so sharp.
Also, it's so hilarious because every scene that Chris Farley is in, they play the same Red Hot Chili Pepper song through the whole movie.
No way.
It's the same Red Hot Chili Pepper song in the whole movie.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, Narful the Garthok. Sometimes I feel I've got to
run away.
Yeah.
Dope.
What is he singing? Oh, it's a big hit on Earth.
Does the Naffle the guard? That means they have to fight that thing. That was honestly the worst animation, dude. That was like stop motion, but it almost made that movie more enjoyable because it gave this subliminal all right, we're not taking this. I mean, if you didn't know by now, let's go ahead and just make it as goofy as fuck, right?
Yeah,
we're not trying to make this look real.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Dude, there's so many hilarious parts in that movie.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite parts is whenever he actually comes back home and he's like, "What have you acquired from the Blunt Skulls?" And he's like, "We have a tire iron."
Oh yeah, he's like pulling out different shit.
He pulls out the tire iron, and then he's like, "The user manual of a 1987 Buick." He's like, "Is this all?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, chewing gum."
And
he gives him a condom.
Yeah.
And he's chewing it and he blows up.
Yeah.
It's so good, dude. It's so hilarious, dude. So Coneheads for me is a super awesome movie.
Awesome.
Definitely top tier.
Okay, so we're 3 movies in. I have to pee. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about I guess
about stuff and things.
Stuff.
Hey, don't forget to go check out the new website we have, UFO Garage Podcast.com. We got all kinds of cool stuff on there. We still got the hats and the shirts and the panties, and we got some socks, some new socks. We're gonna be working on some new cool stuff. So don't forget to go and check it out. Also, Redeemer Small Batch, still kicking it, still making the best CBD in town, in-house, locally, for me. Maybe not for you, but it's made right here in Austin. Well, okay, I take that back. You can't make it here, but the family, right? The family grows and does everything. I think it touches like 20 people's hands out in Colorado, and then we distribute it here. Great stuff. Go check them out. Redeemer Small Batch. Tell them UFO Garage sent you, and they'll appreciate it. What else do we have? I'm not sure. I know that this is bad form to and while you're doing a radio or podcast, but sorry, I've had a couple of these little brujas in me at this point. You know, I've been working like 13-hour days. It's been a little wild, so I'm a little scatterbrained right now, and I apologize. But Ben's back now, so we can.
Are you fumbling in here?
I'm fumbling so bad right now.
You're always so good at it.
I know, and I'm doing terrible right now. But I did tell him about the website.
Fuck yeah.
And I told him about Redeemer.
Small bitch. Did we ever get the code?
I forgot to listen to the episode.
You said UFO Garage 420. That's not it. I don't think that's it.
Don't use the code UFO Garage 420 because it won't work.
Not gonna work.
Oh my god.
Look at my hair look like.
I think it was like something complicated, like UFO Garage, like 19765.
Yeah.
B.
Yeah, I think it was on. Yeah, I think it was kind of complicated.
I don't remember what it was.
Did Bailey ever text you back about it?
No.
Oh, no.
No.
Dude, I was taking a beat. I could hear you through the wall. Like you were saying something. And you go, yeah. And I was laughing to myself. Okay, all right. Back to the movie shit. All right, what's our four? Okay, so. Real quick, Coneheads, super awesome. That's a first. That's a first super awesome out of the three. I mean, we haven't gotten that far. But Alien, the original, is an awesome. Close Encounters of the Third Kind, also awesome. All right, our next one is Contact. And that's with Jodie Foster and Matthew McConaughey. Jodie Foster, Matthew McConaughey. That's right, right?
All-star cast.
Right?
All right.
Hold on.
Yep.
Contact.
Yeah, you can see his picture.
Okay, cool.
Matthew McConaughey on the cover.
Dude, first off, Matthew McConaughey, Texan. Dude, he lives in Texas.
I hope he runs for governor.
Dude.
Texas would be all right. Hell yeah.
You just made his whole campaign.
Yeah, that's his slogan.
We should do his campaign.
We should.
You know, if he's looking for an Austinite duo that could really get the word out there. I mean,
yeah,
we're pretty big in the UK. Pretty big in Texas. Matthew McConaughey, he doesn't need our help. He was the creative director for Wild Turkey, dude.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah, the dude's a genius.
He is.
He's a genius.
Yeah, anybody that can sit there and just make anything interesting that he says.
Yeah,
it's got to take us.
I love the Jim Carrey spoof that he does in the driving the Lincoln, and he's like, "Yeah, that's right. I'm rolling a booger in my hand."
Yeah, I don't even know where I'm going. Yeah. So Matthew McConaughey, fucking dope. Jodie Foster. It's a classic, man. It's one of those movies that really hit home for me at a young age and really expanded my creativity and like openness. Like it gave me so many ideas. Like it's one of those movies that really just spark. It was a spark for me. And there's another movie again that's literally, I think is it the same one? Did we put that on there? Did we not? The one with the bendy backwards? Oh, yeah, that's on there. Okay, all right. Well, we won't ruin it. So that was another one. We'll get to it later. But Contact was one of those sparks for me because it was like so original, dude. And not just the idea, but the way that they achieved it.
Yeah, totally. There's three things that always stuck out to me in that movie. One was just the idea of contact and like, where do you go when you die?
Oh yeah.
And being able to contact them like in a way that we would assume that you just contact aliens, right?
Yeah.
But she was able to contact her father. Like, and that's a cool like connection of like, dude, alien / afterlife / you're just energy going out into this space, and you can contact energy, you can contact whatever you want to if you do it right. You know,
Dude.
like it's kind of cool. It's like a multi-dimensional time space weird slip thing that was just kind of a neat a neat idea.
I'm so glad you just said that, dude, because I hadn't even thought of that movie in that context until just now. Like, you're so right. I saw that movie as a kid. I just told you it was a spark for me. And where I am now with my understanding with this phenomenon and everything in spirituality, it's totally come full circle. Exactly what you just said. Because I think we're both at the point where we're like, dude, it's all connected. Yeah. Contact doesn't, like you just said, contact doesn't necessarily mean with aliens or ghosts. Like, yo, we're really simplifying it. As humans, we just can't comprehend it. The best way we can do it is just simplify it. And contact might be the word.
Yeah, just contacting energy in some sort of, I don't know.
That the apparatus that they build, they get these instructions, right? I mean, everybody's seen this movie, but they get those instructions. It's so original. They get the instruction. Hey, build this thing and we'll talk to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so a plot hole that I've heard before is like, well, if they could just communicate that way, why don't they just say like, hey, what's up? But that's not necessarily a plot hole. It's done for a reason, because how many emotions can you get through a text message? Not much.
No.
Emojis,
not really.
Emojis suck. Ellipses suck. Also, people, stop using ellipses, please. Stop. Just stop. It's passive aggressive, and we all know it. Stop doing that. So yeah, there's a lot of reasoning behind it. It's not a plot hole. Like, oh, if you just want to contact, why don't you just send that fax over? Send those codes over, and we'll just depict it. What do you want to tell us? No. What we have to tell you is way more in depth. Yeah, and that's what they did in that movie.
Yeah.
Send over this they send instructions for a fax machine, basically, or a cell phone, and we built a cell phone, and then
but more importantly, that was the second biggest thing in that movie that was super awesome. How even though we made the contact and we built this thing, we still didn't listen to what they said because we built it wrong. We built it wrong because while she's in the craft and she's just like shaking around and like about to die, right? Well, what happens when that bolt that they connected to the ceiling, because it's not in the diagram, when the bolt comes out, everything calms down. Right. So it's only because of what we think is a better idea, engineering as a human, doesn't mean that it necessarily works, because whenever that bolt came out, everything was fine. Dude. And she was like, whoa, I'm just floating here. But the fact that it was connected to the ceiling because we thought it was a better idea made that experience extremely scary. It made it almost not work, and it almost killed her because we just didn't listen.
We tried to interject our own.
We try to be smarter.
We try, like, oh, we know what's better. Dude, I've never thought about that. That's so good, bro. You're smart. You're smart. Like, that's so true. When you try to personify things and try to force human emotions on things, it just doesn't work.
Right.
And we still just don't listen. We don't learn from our mistakes. Yeah. Well, that sounds like a line in a movie, but we just don't. But dude, that's so true. Yeah. Okay. I'm like processing that.
And then the third thing in that movie that was really badass to me was the whole missing time that she had, right? Yeah. Because to her, she was gone for a long time. But they said, what are you talking about? It didn't even work. She just fell through in the ocean. Yeah. But something happened in the middle of that core that was life-changing for her.
And it was the second thing, because the first one failed. The second one, she was actually... Was she in the first one?
They called it off because there was somebody that was going to blow it up.
That's right. Yeah, that asshole. And there's always going to be that asshole.
Yeah.
And he was...
Seriously.
No offense to that man who played that like, he's a real guy.
No, fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. What's his name?
I don't know.
But like, yeah. So the second one, the time loop of it only happened for a split second, but to her, it lasted however long, and then they chose to come to her that would be most comfortable. Again, going back to these movies that, whoever made this movie have to have talked to somebody that knows what they're talking about, that had that experience. Because, man, I think humans are really creative, and I feel bad like saying this, but that concept, I feel like it has to have some kind of outside influence.
Yeah. I mean, it's very creative, right? I mean, when you think about like the wow signal and like all these other signals that people pick up, you could look at that and be like, oh, that'd be cool. Like, what if they sent us like a diagram, right? And then made a movie around this concept of like this signal, right?
Yeah.
Just this contact, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
It's a cool idea. So originality, badass.
Originally. Yeah.
It's cool.
Dude, storyline, holeless.
Pretty awesome.
Very, very not holy. Entertainment value, 100%. Again, this is where we're like, oh, I love all these movies. All right, we got to speed things up because we're like, but Contact, man, it's no less. I almost like want to move Alien down to B now because Contact is that much better.
Yeah,
like
I think that's fair.
Like,
I think that's fair.
Should we risk pissing people off like that are like, oh, but it's so influential to whatever?
Well, it's influential to like sci-fi movies, right? But
compared to Contact, I think Alien is definitely subpar to Contact.
Yeah, I think this is like Contact leaves it up for interpretation.
Ooh.
Alien is saying, oh, these are bad aliens that are going to kill you, right? So I think Alien goes in the badass category.
Dude, yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
The leave it up to interpretation makes it a much better movie.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Definitely.
All right, let's move on.
Next one.
Earth Girls
are easy. I loved it.
I haven't seen it yet.
You said you haven't seen it yet. Definitely sit down and watch that. It's pretty hilarious. I thought it was cool. Some cool stuff in the movie. They come down and they look like these weird bird things. And spoiler alert.
Talking about like Corey Good, dude. Like
the avians.
People are like, oh, it's such an original. Like who would make that up?
Earth Girls are easy. They thought of that in the 80s.
Yeah, dude. He must have.
I thought one cool part of that movie was they crash in their pool, and the ship is like small, and they crash in the pool.
How small?
It's pretty small, and so she's like in the pool, and she ends up getting into the spaceship. But she's like a regular sized human. The ship is smaller than her, but then she goes in the ship and they're all the same size, like inside the ship. So I thought that's pretty cool. That's a pretty neat little idea.
That's dope. That's awesome. And also Jim Carrey's in that movie. Didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yep. And God damn it. I'm forgetting names now.
Well, Major Payne, the actor you said earlier.
Yeah. Damon Wayans?
Damon Wayans?
Which Wayans brother is it? I always forget, dude. Yeah. You got it up there?
Oh, that's not it. Not Thomas Payne.
Mr. Payne. No, just type Earth Girls Are Easy and look at the cast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Comedy adventure. Oh, I lost my mouse. Here we go. Release date. Okay. Cast. Damon Wayans.
Damon Wayans.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Dude, what you laughing at, boy? You find a piece of candy in your pocket?
What you laughing at, big boy?
Hilarious, dude. So funny. Also, you can't see it, but we got a TV mounted on the wall in the studio. Freaking upgrade.
Hey. Yep.
All right, so Earth Girls. I'm sorry, I don't have anything to add to this, but so where would you place this?
Good comedy.
Originality.
How
about storyline?
Storyline is decent. It's very creative.
Okay.
The storyline goes along with the originality. I put it in the B category for badass.
All right, badass. All right, awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Hell yeah. Next is E.T.
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 Classic. Right?
Elliot.
Classic.
Classic. This was probably my first UFO alien movie. I think I said Close Encounters of the Third Kind was, but I'm pretty sure it was E.T., dude. I think everybody in our age group was. Like, E.T. was the first one. Dude, I mean, what can be said? What's the first, like, it makes me speechless. It's so influential.
Mi casa. Telefono mi casa. Yeah, dude. E.T.'s badass. And that's like one of the coolest like alien depictions like that I've seen, right? Because you know most alien movies are your typical alien.
Right.
E.T. was really cool. And it was also pretty badass that he was like a friendly little dude.
Yeah. He was a little sweet guy.
Yeah.
A sweet little guy.
And the what's cool about it too is the connection that like him and Elliot have when E.T. starts getting sick, then Elliot starts getting sick. Like they had this like bond that happened like between each other that nobody else had. And it's cool that E.T. was like, yeah, we're such good friends. Like I am you and you are me. Dude. Yeah. We are one and the same almost.
The saddest scene I think that I've ever seen. I cried as a kid. My brother Matt and I, we used to watch this and like we still talk about this to this day. That scene where the government shows up and the white plastic and there's like people in the hazmat suits and they find E.T. all gray, like in that riverbed. That is the saddest.
This shit is sad.
Shit I have ever. I feel like I was there.
Yeah, dude.
Like I felt like I witnessed that. I was such an impressionable age.
I know.
And like, okay, yeah, we're seeing a movie about an alien. That's kind of crazy and cool. Also, just crushes your soul, man.
It does. And the impact of Elliot putting the candy on the ground and the impact it had on culture, and as many times as you've seen that in other shows where they leave candy for whatever.
It's a cultural icon. Even the down to the bicycles. Like how many times has that been repeated where they float off to the distance?
Like, and it used to just be the beginning of movies where E.T. would fly over the moon with the
production studio. I mean, culturally, people think like, man, I don't think a lot about aliens. I don't care. But who are you talking? That is the most influential. This is one of the most influential movies of our childhood for sure. Yeah. Anybody that grew up in the 80s, early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. I mean, come on, it's everywhere. It's in all the movies. If you're saying that you don't care about E.T. and the possibility of aliens, you're bullshit and you're blocking that shit.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. How cute and awesome E.T. was when he freaked out and his like neck came up and it scared the shit out of me when I was a little kid. And like even into like my early teenage years, my homeboy Dill, he had this like, it was like a piggy bank, I think, and it was like an ET, and I think it was in his dad's room, and he used to scare the shit out of me. Like when I would walk by, I would always like walk faster by that, and I would never look. I would never look over, because I didn't want to come alive and like raise its head up and stare at me. I would have killed over,
dude.
Just the idea of how cool and awesome ET is. If ET walked in your room at night,
I'd give him a freaking hug.
Would you?
I would love to see. I would. Honestly, I think you just said it. You said he was cute.
Well, yeah, he is cute.
I think he's cute.
But if you woke up and you rolled over and you saw E.T. standing at the foot of your bed.
As long as he doesn't raise his neck and fucking yell at me,
Well, as long as you don't freak out when you first see him, that's going to depend on how he's going to react back to you.
All right, how dark is it?
It's dark. It's nighttime. You're sleeping. I don't know if you still have that light that shines directly in your room.
I've started to close our bathroom door.
Which is even creepier because then you just have a silhouette of something standing by you.
Yeah. All right. Well, you bring up a good point. I would freak the fuck out. Hopefully he has a bag of M&Ms to give me to chill me out. But if that happens.
Yeah.
But that noise. Yeah. I could say so much. Like, just real quick, the set designer for that movie, best set designer of my childhood of all time. You remember how many like toys and like how deep they went, like the detail, like rooms and in the garage and how much shit was in there, like the toys. It was just jam packed full of like a kid's dream. Like you wish that your room looked like that.
Yeah.
You wish that you had a garage that looked like that.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up wishing that I had those many toys. And like, I wish I had a bunch of brothers that were like, you know, it's so influential for me.
Have you seen the audition that Elliot does for the movie? Mm-mm. Oh my God. Like when you see the audition that he does and you're like, obviously that's why they picked you.
For some reason, I'm trying to visualize the guy. It's not Fred from the Wonder Years, right? It's a different dude.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Kid?
It's not Fred Savage.
Fred Savage, thank you.
I forget the guy's name.
So but, you were talking about the audition?
Yeah, he did. There's an audition tape of him auditioning, and he's like having to cry and like be sad about E.T. And dude, it's so good. You're like, holy shit, that kid just walked in and like busted out like A+ acting moves.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's really good,
dude.
But E.T., where does E.T. fall in the movie category for you?
All right, so our metrics are storyline, originality, and entertainment value. And for me, again, dude, this is why it feels so unfair and it's so tough because, and maybe we'll change it later, because right now we have in the super awesome category Coneheads. And for me, E.T. is above Coneheads for me.
Okay.
Just because, like, yeah, I like to laugh and goof off, but dude, this hits me on like a emotional level.
Also, a Steven Spielberg movie. And we know Steven Spielberg has like some connections, right? Because he did Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yep.
So he's got this trend of these types of movies. So we're looking at what Hollywood
manipulation
/ disinformation / real disclosure trickling through Hollywood. Like, well, I mean, you got a little bit of both going on in there.
Yeah.
So that immediately puts it either in the A or the S category. Super awesome or awesome. It has to go there.
I'm going super awesome.
I'll go super awesome.
I'm going, dude. E.T.'s gotta be. We'll put it behind Coneheads for now, but let's revise as we go because I'm feeling like I'm pushing for E.T.'s #1 super awesome alien video.
Okay,
movie.
Okay,
but like, hey. I don't know what I'm talking about.
It's not as funny.
It is not as funny. So that's another metric again, dude. Like there's a lot of metrics going in. It's not just the 3, right?
Chris Farley isn't in E.T.
Fucking love Chris Farley so much,
dude. The cast of Coneheads is insane.
It is really good.
Everybody's in that movie. Everybody's in that movie, dude.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. All right, let's come back to it. Let's get through it because based off of where we are now and how many movies we've actually gone through, which is 6, this is going to be a 6-hour podcast. So we got to speed it up.
All right, the next one.
Evolution.
Super badass movie.
Honestly, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, super funny.
I don't remember that much about it.
Humorous.
There's something about shampoo.
Well, we're talking about a meteor that crashes, right?
Yeah.
These guys, they go and they investigate. They find this meteor, right? And then all of a sudden, who shows up? The government shows up. The military shows up. And they're like, what are you doing? We found this. And they're like, nope, it's under our jurisdiction now. Which means that it doesn't matter what kind of cool stuff you find. The military and the government will always come and kick your ass out and claim that it's theirs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is, 100%. Yeah, 100%. But yeah, the shampoo kills the alien that comes off of the meteorite.
Doesn't he like fly into the asshole and do something at the end?
Yep.
So it's like a huge alien and like somehow, I don't know if it's a ship. How would they get into the asshole? But they get into the asshole. That's what I remember. Because I remember like, that's the biggest asshole I've ever seen.
I just think it's a hilarious movie. It's just funny.
What's our
David Duchovny, dude?
Biggest. Here's the joke: biggest asshole I've ever seen, bigger than Ted Cruz. Remember how he left us to go to Cancun to get his hair braided?
Yeah, I remember.
All right, sorry. Back to...
But I mean, yeah, funny. You have a guy from the X-Files, right? Is one of the biggest, coolest sci-fi shows of all time, and then like also he's hilarious.
Dude, isn't Stifler in it?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. I'm glad you. I thought I was about to look it up, but
yep.
I remember Stifler, that dude, being in it.
And always forget the sexy chick's name.
Who is the sexy chick? Hold on, let's look it up. Evolution movie cast. Hello, hot chick.
Julian
Moore. Oh, dude, she's super. She's still really hot.
She is hot. Yep.
Orlando Jones. Fucking love that guy. Sean William Scott. Yes. Yep. Not Stifler. Sorry. I know he probably hates that shit. Although Ethan Suplee, dude.
Sarah Silverman.
Dude, this is an all-star cast.
Yeah. This is another movie with just like another badass all-star cast.
Holy shnikes. Dude, Kyle Gass, dude.
Yep.
From Tenacious D.
Yeah. Everybody's in that movie too.
Oh, yeah. Dude. Okay.
Yeah, John Cho. I forgot about him too.
So many. This is an all-star cast. Just based off of that makes me want to put it higher in the list.
I was definitely gonna put it in.
Mark Zuckerberg's in this. Oh, that's Marty Belfast. Backseat. Dude, this morning I put on an old pair of jeans that I haven't worn in a while, and I realized why I don't wear those is because they're fucking Mark Zuckerberg jeans.
What?
I have a pair of jeans that look like Mark Zuckerberg jeans.
Do they just say false information all over them?
They say this content is not available. You're shadow banned.
Right on the ball area.
But dude, they're like, there's no contour to the legs at all. Like these jeans are not like skinny jeans. All right. But these jeans literally are made out of cardboard. They are wide and the from the gooch to the pooch is way too long. And it just looks, I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, I can't fucking wear these. I can't wear these. So I remember why I don't wear those. And I have these like.
So you pulled from more of your Huck Finn collection.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude.
Huck Finn is way better than Mark Zuck, dude.
100%.
Fuck that.
The listeners need to know that they're actually rolled up today.
They are rolled up.
It's like a theme.
I'm fucking
this
fashionable,
is like a running
dude.
theme with our show.
Catch up, dude.
No, mine are.
Dude, don't be jealous, dude. Roll your pants up, dude. No, dude. Are those shorts or those pants?
These are my.
You could fit a whole head of cabbage in that one pocket on your cargo pants.
Cargo pants, dude. I gotta put all kinds of stuff in there, dude. Irrigation pieces and screws and bits and trash and.
But why do those pants look cooler on you than they would look on me? Like you could pull that off. I can't pull that shit off.
Usually, like. Long-haired, earthy hippie dudes usually have some sort of cargo accessory on pieces of their clothing most of the time.
No, these are made from him.
Because you see that guy and you're like, he's probably got all kinds of shit on him. And he's like, yeah, I have like these papers and I have this rock that I found. And
I've got these crystal that my mom gave me when I was 12.
He's like, I found these seashells while I was walking down. I was in this cave. And like they always have like random shit on them. Yes. It's so funny. Yes. And this is where I keep my car keys. And then this is when I clean my discs for disc golf. I put it in there.
And this is my the pouch down near my ankles is where I keep my assortment of beans. I have lima beans.
This is where I put my weed in there.
And you can put your weed in there.
I have this little waterproof pouch. And then you can put your weed in there. It's supposed to be for your phone, for like when you walk to the river, but I'll put my weed in there instead.
When you walk through the river, dude.
So, dude, we used to have this buddy. Okay, we can't keep going.
Yeah, we gotta speed this thing up.
I'm sorry.
All right, evolution for me. You go first. Where's evolution for you?
I think it's a badass movie.
Okay, we're going with B. I will agree. I will agree based off of the cast. Kyle Gass really just bumped it up from a C to a B, personally. All right, next movie.
We have to think about the fact that we just put Evolution in the same category as Alien. So it's not
I'm
like
okay with that.
a low...
I'm okay with that.
You know, it's mid-grade.
It's mid-grade.
Definitely badass.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. Next one.
Next movie, Fire in the Sky. Come on.
Classic, right?
Come on. Get out of here.
Yep.
Get the fuck out of here.
I mean,
go.
when we're talking about content, entertainment, and I only got one of those right. Entertainment value.
Well, we're loosely following this, but
Storyline,
originality, and entertainment value.
Originality, okay, yes, true story,
yeah.
right? That's pretty goddamn original.
Most original.
If you're talking about storyline,
well, we're also talking about the movie, not Travis Walton's story.
Right. So storyline totally made up. Am I wrong?
A lot of it, yeah.
Very loosely based on the true story.
Yeah.
Right? Very loosely based.
And if you're curious, guys, go buy Travis Walton's books.
Yeah.
He has a lot of them.
Yeah.
Or a couple of them.
And the actual documentary, Travis, is really good.
Yeah.
That tells you more of the... Yeah, buy it, dude.
Buy it. Show the guy some love. I mean, this guy, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's been through some shit.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just talking about the movie.
We're just talking about the movie. Cool movie, very entertaining. It just sucks because just knowing that they kind of fucked him, makes me want to put the movie in the cool category.
Right. You know what? That is a great point because we know that Hollywood fucked him. They took the rights to his story and then they took liberties.
Yep.
And he's not happy about it.
No.
We didn't he didn't tell us that, but
just through the grapevine. You know?
So I agree. Let's put it in the C category.
Yep.
I mean, classic, great movie.
Right.
Oh my God, great movie. Still holds up to this day. Fucking love it. I just watched it. I was telling Joe, I watched it last week.
The
Awesome.
series of events, correct.
Yeah.
How the events happened, very loosely based on what actually happened.
And the people that made the movie, Travis should have been set for life for how influential and how widely spread this movie was and still is to this day. Because it's so classic. It holds up. It's so good. The acting is so good. Storytelling, so good. The animation, so good. The visuals, so freaking good. The anti-gravity scene where he comes out of that cocoon.
Yeah.
How did they film that?
Out of that.
How did they film that, though, dude? I don't know how that is such... Whoever filmed that, and this is... I hope this didn't take away from the effects artists that were a part of that, because... Dude, that scene blew my mind. I was watching it last week. How the hell?
It's the executive board members that were like, "Oh, fuck this guy. We'll do whatever we want."
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
And the people, the people who made the movie and stuff. I mean, how much pull do they really have? You know?
So that
they're like, I'm just making the movie. How they told me to make the movie.
So wouldn't it suck if you were like, hey, I really worked hard on this movie to make that scene, the anti-gravity scene. Who knows? Was he on wires? Has to have been, right? You're not going to spend millions of dollars trying to catch a 10-second. What's the deep dive thing that you can do? It's like 20 seconds that it lasts, where it equates. There's a plane you can go on and film movies in zero gravity,
like the vomit comet. That's what they call it.
Vomit comet.
The vomit comet. Yeah, it goes up and then it drops you down.
Yeah. So unless they filmed it in that, whoever, I'm willing. What do you think?
I think they put him in a pool and then they CGI'd it.
Really? Okay.
I think he was on wires.
I could see that.
I think he was on wires.
I think he was on wires. It's possible he was in a pool, but dude, it is just so good. So I feel bad putting this in the C category, but something's got to go in the C category. And the reasons why is, Travis, you deserve more clout and more money for this movie that is literally one of my favorite alien movies in the world.
Yeah, me too.
A reminder that this is our top.
Yeah.
Our top movies. To be in the C category is still pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. It is cool, dude.
The C category stands for cool.
Fire in the sky, cool. All right. I feel like I cut you off a lot there. Sorry.
No, not at
if
all.
You had more to say.
Not at all. All right, next one.
Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest. Oh, yeah.
Tim Allen, dude.
You are the hope.
Like they don't know. Like,
You.
dude, wait, I want to see who else is in that.
All-star cast again.
Again, dude. Alan.
Sigourney Weaver.
Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman.
Hello, that you've reached Alan Rickman.
Sam Rockwell, dude.
Oh, come on.
Yep.
Dude. I thought that was
Missy
Woody Harrelson
Pyle.
for a second.
Missy Powell. What okay?
Tony Shalhoub? He's been in so many freaking movies, man.
Yeah, he gets his head blown off in Men in Black.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. Sam Rockwell, Justin Long. Yep.
Daryl Mitchell's also been in a bunch of shit, too.
Yeah, he has been. He has been.
Rainn Wilson is in it, dude. Dwight from The Office. My God. What an all-star cast, dude. Again, it makes this movie even better, just like the Evolution kind of vibe. Like, just the fact that it was so many
Joel
people.
McKinnon.
So many people that are now just not just famous, but we know that they're just good.
Uh-huh.
Okay, there's a reason why they're famous. They're just good.
Yeah.
And they started out in something like this.
Yeah.
Galaxy Quest. Tim Allen.
Badass.
I mean, come on. Sigourney Weaver. She's got to believe in aliens, man. She's got to have some kind of experience to be in so many alien movies.
This movie is badass for me, and the reason it's badass for me is because it's a television show, and it's been transmitted out into outer space, and this what we would consider to be highly advanced race of aliens gets this transmission and thinks that, oh my gosh, these are warriors from another planet.
Yeah.
And they seek help from people who are actors, right? Like, that's such a cool concept.
Love that concept.
Originality, that's on point.
I'm going to bring that above Evolution, and I want to. What do you think about bringing that above Earth Girl?
Oh, totally.
Earth Girls are easy.
Totally.
Alien, I'm still saying it's behind Alien.
Yeah, it's
so
behind
on the B
Alien,
category
for sure.
So Galaxy Quest. I
would even no, we'll leave it.
What were you
I was
saying?
gonna say Earth Girls Are Easy could probably go behind Evolution for me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I haven't seen it, so I really don't have a reference.
It's a good movie, and it's all-star cast again.
Is it a softcore porn or no?
No,
because it looks like it's a softcore.
no.
What if you just start interjecting like alien themed softcore porn video?
Yeah, but Galaxy Quest, dope,
dude,
super dope, right?
So such a good movie.
And the fact that they modeled like their ship and the way it works off of the ship from the TV show,
and they made it,
right? Yeah. And so it was like, oh, we've done all of this before.
Yeah,
it was really cool.
Love that. Yeah, dude. Everything from landing on that. Yeah, I'm just gonna it's been a while, so I'm just thinking of things that I can remember, but not a lot of substance to it. Let's leave it at that. Great movie. I think above Evolution, and I haven't seen Earth Girls. Earth Girls Are Easy, but yeah, fucking love that. All right, next movie, dude.
This one was dope.
I'm glad you brought this up because I would not have thought about this. Horse Girl
was so cool,
dude.
Holy crap! If you haven't seen Horse Girl, you find it on Netflix and watch it immediately. Horse Girl was so badass. And if you're listening to this in the morning, you're on your way to work, write it down, put a reminder in your phone. It's a must see. You're gonna start watching it, and you're not going to know what the hell's going on.
You're going to be like, why the fuck am I watching this?
I almost don't even want to talk about it that much because it's that badass. And I don't want to fuck up the viewing aspect of the movie because you have to just watch it. Also watch it more than once. You're going to catch stuff that you didn't catch the first time around. It's one of those movies. Definitely watch it twice, maybe 3 times.
Yeah, when you said that, watch it a second time, I did, the next day, and you were 100% right.
Yeah.
I caught way more stuff than
like,
I had just glazed over. It's funny when you're watching a movie how entranced and like into it that you're initially when you're watching a first movie. Like that's got to be like the most pure. First off, when you're watching a movie for the first time, I love movies so much. But like that first time you watch a movie, it's got to be the most pure like emotion. I love watching movies for the first time.
Hell yeah.
But watching it the second time, you're paying attention, and now you have an angle. You know, it's that again, it's like almost a biased angle, right? Because you and I think alike when we're looking for certain things, and we know after watching it. I don't want to give too much away, but all right. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna give too much away if I keep talking.
And the title, you're like, what does that have to do with aliens? When you watch it the second time,
Yeah.
you'll understand.
Yeah.
Holy crap! What a good title for the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. So, dude, I'm going to go ahead and say awesome. Awesome category.
I'm gonna have to go with awesome as well.
Yeah, and
I wish there was like a category in between super awesome and awesome because it's like 1 point away from super awesome.
Yes. I 100% agree.
Dude, I think we should put it in the super awesome category.
Dude, I think so.
I think so,
man. Yeah.
I think so. It made it. It made it.
Hell yeah. I think it is a super hot, dude. Nice.
Hell yeah.
We're so good at getting high vibes. Anyway, yeah. I like it's so good that I don't want to talk about it even more anymore.
Yeah, that's how good it is.
Next movie, everybody's been thinking it.
Nobody's seen it.
Nobody's seen it. It's a very off the cuff, very kind of campy vibe. Like not like it's very low budget.
Definitely an indie movie.
Yeah, it's like with a cast of like kind of nobodies that nobody's ever heard of.
That's right. We're talking about Independence Day.
Independence Day.
Independence Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
Go for it.
No, you go for it.
I was gonna say you're gonna have to pull up the cast on this one too, because this is another pretty badass cast. Independence Day. I mean, come on, we all saw that. It was sick,
dude. It is the pinnacle of movie of UFO invasion movies.
It's pretty good.
Not just UFO encounter movies. It's UFO invasion movies.
So originality, I wouldn't say it's very original, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's alien invasion.
It's a fear that people have had instilled in their minds ever since the original airing of the radio show War of the Worlds.
Right. Yeah.
That planted that seed. Also.
Entertainment value, very entertaining. Yeah. Right. Let's look at this.
The cast.
Will Smith,
Bill
Pullman, Jeff Goldblum,
Goldbloomies,
Vivisha. Oh, dude,
so hot.
She was.
Oh my God,
hot.
so hot.
God.
Jesus.
I was so in love with her.
Yep.
I was so in love.
I'm still getting over it. I
Yeah.
felt like there was a lot more than that. Who was the scientist guy with the long hair? Do we know?
That was Dave Scott. Dave Scott played the scientist, and I don't know if you guys know that, but Dave Scott played the scientist in Independence Day.
His hair used to be that long. Dave Scott is way more handsome than the guy who played the scientist, but that is spot on. Oh my God! Oh, Judd Hirsch.
Yeah,
this guy has been in a lot.
He's
of
like
shit.
one of my favorite Jewish guys of all time.
No, why is he gonna be Jewish?
Because he's very Jewish.
Why?
I think he said like schmuck, like through like 90% of the movie.
Yeah. Mary McDonnell's been Mary McDonnell's one of those actresses that you have seen in most of the movies in your life.
Yeah.
You just never really knew who that was. And once you see this woman's face, you're like, oh yeah, she's in like all of my favorite movies. Yeah, there's a couple more I feel like that we're missing.
James Reborn.
Yeah, yep. This chick, Mae Whitman. I feel like she was one of the kids, maybe, and that was like the older brother. The James Duvall was the older brother.
That Mae Whitman. She's in Bad Girls, or is it Good Girls? I think Good Girls.
Oh.
It's on Netflix. It's pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
what's it about?
It's really good. It's got that that super hot redheaded lady.
Emma Stone.
I think that's her name. She's got like
what?
Like just
what?
Like
what? Joe, tell it me.
She's
Big what?
Really big boobs. Dude, they're massive. I can't even pay attention to the goddamn show because, like, they're just huge.
I wouldn't
They're
be able
awesome.
I wouldn't be able to pay. Boobs are so awesome.
What's that lady's name? You got to type it in now. Good Girls, I think, on Netflix. Good Girls. It's badass because it's like these three ladies. They're like housewives, but then they end up like laundering
the chick
money
from Mad Men.
Yeah,
Christina
yeah,
Hendricks.
yeah.
Christina Hendricks.
Yeah.
Hendricks.
I like her too.
Because of big
Yeah, and Mae Whitman is in it.
Bops.
And yeah, so those three chicks are the
Nice.
main people.
Nice. Well, check it out. Wait, is it?
It's really good.
Is it about aliens or?
No, it's not about aliens. They're just like housewives, and they're like tight for money, and then they meet that. It's not up there. And then they meet like this gangster dude. Yeah, that.
Oh my god, dude!
Manny
I think
Montana?
just started watching this because I recognize that guy. I was like, because he was kind of intimidating. It was kind of a scary scene. I was like, babe, and I saw her like facial expression. She was like honestly scared. That's how good of an actor this guy is. And I'm like, babe,
dude.
Remember, he's an actor. Okay, it's just a movie. Or it's a show, right?
Yeah, it's a show.
Yeah.
It's a pretty badass show.
Oh yeah. All right, cool. All right, back to Independence Day.
Aliens.
Independence Day. Classic. Come on, what more do we have to say, dude?
So Independence Day was very good. It was a cool movie, very entertaining. The things I didn't like was like the hold that like the military and the government had on this movie as well.
Yeah.
Like, this was back in the time where they didn't admit Area 51 was a thing.
Right.
And, he's dragging the alien through the desert, and he's like,
Yep.
yeah, I saw this military base out in the desert.
Yep.
That's where I'm headed. And he's talking about Area 51, but they don't say
He's on Groom Lake.
Area 51.
He's on a Salt Bed Lake.
Yep.
And they don't, still the government's denying that.
Completely denying
And
that it exists. They don't say the name. They don't say any of that stuff.
And so the reason why it might be a psyop is the fact that that takes place exactly where it actually took place. And now they're like, oh, well, that was in a movie. So you're talking nonsense, right? Like, now that it's in a movie, you can discredit anyone that's ever said, yeah, well, I've been to Groom Lake. It was a salt bed lake.
I think the Air Force had a lot to say about the making of that whole movie. Like, they had their hands in it.
The hero, I mean, the unsung hero, the dad, remember, that like jumps in a jet. He's like a ex-military guy. Like, there's so much valor involved. Like, they make the military look like the best people in the world, which is great. I honestly, like, dude, one of my best friends, dude, Brandon, is in the Air Force. Fucking greatest dude in the world, all right? And I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about this propaganda in the Air Force.
Right.
This movie is propaganda for the Air Force.
Yeah, it totally is. It has to be. It is. It definitely is.
It makes them look like the coolest kids in school, dude.
I'm the only one in my family that's not in the military, and so I mean, but yeah, no, I totally understand.
And your dad was in there.
I'm telling you, no, my dad was in the Army. My brother was in the Army as well. My grandpa was in the Navy. My other brother is in the Air Force.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're all military people. So like, yeah, I get what you're saying. There's no like shitting on the military here, but
yeah,
and honestly, somebody's got to go fight it. It's not gonna be me. So.
Yeah. But I honestly think that Independence Day, dude, probably the best CGI. You actually believed it.
Well, at the time,
dude, at the time, yeah. And also just the Will Smith. That movie would not be that movie without Will Smith.
Right.
If they had cast anybody else, that movie would have fallen through the cracks.
I think so too.
Fallen through the cracks. He made that movie
because he was just getting huge at that time.
There's just so many. It doesn't even matter if he was famous or not. He just performed above and beyond. Like, there's so many quotable moments.
But some people would say that Will Smith is what made the movie corny.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah,
Really?
I've heard a lot of people say that, like, yo, it would have been a cool movie if Will Smith didn't make it so goofy.
I must be
Like, it
I
may
must
have
be
been,
corny
like,
because I
it may
loved
have been
it.
serious and like, but that's not our personality. So we obviously liked it because Will Smith was in it.
Dude,
It's hilarious.
that scene where they get in that dogfight and they crash, and he fucking opens up that hatch. Just like the alien's like,
He punches
punch
it.
the fuck out of it. Like,
He's got a cigar in his mouth. He's
Yeah,
like,
just-
"Welcome to Earth."
welcome to Earth. Like, that's the most classic line. Oh, it's so good.
He's like, "Where's your clearance?" There's my clearance.
It's a fucking alien. They're like, move him through. Yeah. That movie would not be the same without Will Smith. Like, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, it's good.
enough sucking Will Smith's balls.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Independence Day, I'm gonna say awesome. What do you think? It's not a super awesome for me. It's an awesome.
I think it's a badass.
Really?
I think it's badass.
Okay, so now we have this. I wish there was an in between, but I feel like let's go with the lowest common denominator. Let's go with badass.
But I would
Is
put
it-
I would put Independence Day right behind Alien.
Alien. I would definitely agree. I absolutely agree with that. Yep.
Yeah.
I feel really good about that.
Totally.
Okay, moving on.
Next.
Yeah. All right.
So this one isn't one of your favorites. This is one of my favorite movies
It's one of
as a kid. And until like I really had a full understanding, I liked it better than E.T.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah. And that is Mac and Me.
Mac and me. What's his name? Is he's like? No, it's one of my favorite actors. I'm just blanking on his name for some reason. It's
Paul
famous Paul. Thank you. Every
Where he
time,
does it.
what show does he go on that he like trolls him every time?
Dude, I think it's Conan O'Brien. Every time he goes on there to promote a new movie, there's the scene where he's rolling down the hill of Mac and Me.
Bro, it's so bad. And dude, I remember us joking about it, and then I actually watched. I couldn't even get. This is before I even knew about the Paul Rudd thing. Which now, like, now that I know Paul, I'm so influential, or influenced. I don't know. I'm not influential. The word is like, if I know that someone I like really likes it, I will invest my time in. Because I respect their opinion. So it's just been that long since from you showing me this movie. I watched it, and then I watched like half of it. Right, like all right, this. Making me uncomfortable. It made me uncomfortable. I hated it. And then I found out Paul Rudd did this shit and like, oh, that's hilarious. I just haven't gone back and watched the movie.
I mean, it's cool, right? Because in this movie, we go to Mars. The little machine is sucking up dust particles and stuff, and then the aliens walk over and they have like those bloated like bellies, and they're all like,
yeah. They're all like, why are their mouths so like?
because they have to whistle. That's how they talk to each other.
That scene where they're like the family is like walking around, it's so depressing.
Yeah.
It's so depressing.
Like on Earth, or like when they're
when
on
they're
Earth, or when they're on Mars.
Mars.
Well, why is it depressing?
It just looks so there's no trees or birds or like, I don't know.
Man, you don't know their life, bro.
I don't know their life.
They're on a straw.
I'm a human.
Because if they live underground, who's to say that like they weren't just hanging out up on top just to get some fresh air?
That is very true.
You know? So
Did you know this fact about Mars? If us as humans go to Mars, right? You know the boiling point of water is like 215 something degrees. If we go and step outside of Mars, our blood would boil. Did you know that?
Yeah.
What the hell?
That's crazy.
The hell, man? Imagine if they came to Earth, what would happen? Would their blood freeze?
I don't know.
If aliens came to and they were like used to a different atmosphere or whatever, or temperature,
Probably.
maybe gives credence to why they send biological entities or mechanical / biological entities.
Yeah.
They can withstand different temperature changes.
Like biomech.
fucking smart. That's what you just said. Is some smart shit. Biotech.
Aliens are smart,
dude. Anyway,
Mac and Me.
Yeah, Mac and
I
Me.
would put it in the cool category.
Cool. All right. So it's not a D. Are you sure it's not a D? It's not a dumb.
For me, it's not a dumb.
All right. Well, we can change our mind later.
That sucks that Mac and Me and Fire in the Sky.
Fire in the Sky. They're not in the same caliber, dude. I'm gonna put it.
All right, put it in the dumb.
All right. Mac and Me is in dumb. Fire in the Sky is not the same as Mac and Me. Okay.
Yeah.
We have to agree on that. Right?
It's not. Yeah. They're not in the same category. The entertainment value is completely different, though.
Right.
You know?
That's why it's so subjective.
Yeah. Just like Alien and Galaxy Quest are two completely, but they're in the same category.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Fire in the Sky.
Coneheads and Horse Girl. It's completely different.
Dude, when we finish this in like 4 hours, we're gonna be like, wait, remind me again why Coneheads is better than Independence Day? Hey, this is UFO Garage Podcast, all right? This is not...
You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah. All right, next movie.
All right.
Mars Attacks. The whistling. All right, so I remember renting this from the video store in Taylor. Rode my bike with my pegs. I had a dyno.
Yeah.
Freaking classic.
Just pumping foos. We would go in, buy candy. I bought a necklace, one of those dope ass fucking ball chain necklaces. And, yeah, dude.
And I rented Mars Attacks, dude. And we went back. We played a little bit of N64.
Oh.
What was that game? It was like Hydro something. It was like a speedboat racing game.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It was like Hydro. They also had like an arcade game that was at Mr. Gaddy's for a little bit, but they had a N64 version. You know what I'm talking about?
I know
right?
exactly what you're talking about.
I remember specifically we played that game. Me and my buddy Travis did.
Yep.
Played that, and Heath, my two like homeboys, dude, played Hydro something, and then we watched Mars Attacks, and all three of us were sitting there an hour later with a boner because this chick with the pointy boobies, I thought she was so hot.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember. I like Mars Attack. Mars Attack is good.
You remember?
I love that shit. Like the releasing of the doves was like a sign of war. And that's why they started like killing everybody.
And then they just zapped it.
Yeah. It's so good.
So
Mars Attack.
I want to clarify about the boners. I don't know if we had a boner. I just remember thinking of these.
You remember you had a boner.
I just knew that this girl, for some reason, like even though she looked weird, I was very attracted to this lady.
Oh my god.
Anyway, yeah, Mars Attacks. It's fucking goofy. Also the head. Remember
on the dog?
Yeah, on the dog. It was like a chihuahua, and they put it on a fucking dog. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna put that in the dumb category, dude. But I'm gonna put that above Mac and Me. What do you think,
dude? I was gonna put it right behind Contact.
What?
I really want.
It's awesome.
It's awesome.
Okay, well, because hold on, let's put it back in the mix.
Okay, because the originality, the thought of the movie of like Martians, like we're like by the time that Mars Attack was made, we were past the whole there's Martians, right? We were way past that. So this is kind of like a throwback to like the 40s and 50s that they were bringing back to like the modern era, and the idea that like these tiny Martians would show up with space helmets. Like it was
was the movie a period piece?
No, it wasn't a period piece.
Okay.
It was like modern.
Yeah.
But the idea of Martians and like their helmets and stuff was very old school. It was very throwback. The song that killed them was like this old 20s jam.
I don't remember the end. What happens?
Like,
does a song kill them at the end?
Yeah, because the kid goes and visits his grandma in the nursing home or whatever, and she's playing that terrible record, and like they can't get in because
remember
that record is what kills them.
What?
So they play it over the loudspeakers in their head. They're like,
I remember their heads blowing up, but I can't remember why.
It's because of that song, that old timey song. But I just thought it was a cool like what is it? An homage
Oh my god, dude!
Yeah.
You're so fancy.
It's kind of
But
like
yeah, it is an homage.
even it like when you look at like the girl with the pointy boobs, like that's a very old school 50s style
Yeah.
that she's got to
Yeah.
her. And the aliens, they have this old school style to them.
Okay.
It's very
Yeah. No, it's very. It's almost like comic book. What is Phoenix Shavings vibe? Like,
that's
what do they call
exactly
that?
what I was
do you
talking
call
about.
that?
The atomic era.
Atomic era.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Because I was thinking Fallout.
All right. So I'm glad you brought that context in because I went from a dumb and you went from an awesome. Now I'm thinking somewhere in the middle. I'm thinking badass.
I'm thinking above Alien.
Oh my god, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
So
Just because of its creativity.
yeah. So if we're going off of our metric, right? Storyline, originality,
And
entertainment value.
value.
Oh, it's got all three. It's got tens in all of those.
Yeah.
I think I agree, my friend.
Yeah.
Dude,
Definitely.
so
badass.
in the B category, we have Mars Attacks, and then Alien, and then Independence Day, then Galaxy Quest, then Evolution, and then Earth Girls Are Easy. All right, so the B category is stacked, which that's understandable.
Yeah.
Most things are like in the middle, right?
Uh-huh.
Like most choices are like one way. You're kind of in the middle. It's like it's not terrible, but it's not amazing.
Right.
Which is interesting because we have in the super awesome category 3, and in the awesome category we only have 2. So we'll see what happens at the end. But
Cool.
Let's move ahead to the next movie. The next movie is a classic from 2 actors that no one's ever heard about, Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. It's simple.
Yeah.
Your grandma's heard of them. The M.I.B.
M.I.B.
Men in Black.
Yep.
Men in Black.
Rip Torn from Taylor.
Rip Torn is from Taylor.
He's from my hometown.
R.I.P.
Yep.
Also.
Yep.
Also.
And he's in Dodgeball. Just hilarious.
shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
He's like the
Duck,
coach.
dip, dive, dodge. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Well, there's
There's
something.
5 Ds of dodgeball.
I like how you just kind of mumbled over it. That's such a Taylor thing to do, dude.
Yeah, Rip Torn. Hell yeah, he's badass. That movie is super cool, especially whenever you start to think about that, hey, Men in Black, that little room that they're in, are we talking about the phenomenology desk? Are we talking about the green room at the 3rd floor of the Pentagon right now?
Bro.
Is that what we're talking about?
Bro.
Men in Black.
Michael Jackson knows.
He might know. Yeah, not anymore.
Well, we
Or
don't know
he's
that.
an alien.
We don't know that.
Yeah,
dude.
or
It could have
he's-
been
or
just
he's
a
an
meat
alien.
suit, man.
Um,
You know what my favorite? So talking about Men in Black, yes, I agree to everything you just said. Also, building off of that, my favorite scene in that movie. Okay, let's go favorite scenes in the movie. My favorite scene is when they figure out how to open that dead guy's ear, right?
oh, yeah.
And the little tiny guy, the Archelian,
Yeah.
and he's like, must prevent. Orion. I remember seeing that little
Galaxy.
He's so cute. He's got such a cute little dobby little boop boop beak. I want to hold you. I want to snag.
Yeah.
Please snag with me. That's what I was like. But it was so real, bro. Like, remember his eyes, like the way they moved and just like the blinking and the reflection. Like, it just looked so real, man.
Yeah.
And he was like controlling this guy and dude, yeah.
Oh, that was almost bad.
That was almost very bad. Oh my gosh. That's my favorite scene. What's your favorite scene in the movie?
My favorite scene is whenever Will Smith is doing the shooting training, and they're like, why did you shoot the girl? You know, and he was like, well, honestly, G, she seemed to be like the biggest threat, right? This dude over here, you know, he ain't snarling. He's sneezing. He's holding a.
He's got a tissue
in his hand. And this guy over here, I mean, he's just trying to work it out. Yeah, how'd you like if somebody busted up in here and bust a cap in your ass while you're trying to work out, right? Yeah. Now, this little white girl right here, she's walking in the dark by herself. She's got some advanced physics books. There's something going on there. And he shoots her right in the middle of the head. That's awesome. I love that. And then when he's filling out the paper,
you just nailed that, by the way, dude. Oh my god!
And he was filling out the paper in his little desk, or like in that little bubble chair, and then he pulls that desk over.
Yeah,
that's awesome. And I mean, and they're like, he's the best we got,
dude.
And he beats out like all like these Top Gun pilots.
The best, sir.
Yeah, the best of the best of the best. What was that you were saying? Some best of the best of the something.
Yeah. Another. It's just a really quick scene, but when he's walking down the hall and he passes all those dudes that he was in that room with. We were just talking about with the egg chairs.
Yeah,
and they're all getting flashed.
Yeah,
and he's talking to Tommy Lee Jones, and he's like, "Oh, you bought that tall man some flowers." It's so quick. Yeah, but it just says so much about like Tommy Lee Jones says a lot of like the backstory. He's like in 19 blah 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 we blah, blah. But that quick little quote like, "Oh, you got that tall man some flowers." It just says a lot of like the we have a lot of empathy.
Another like super badass part about what you just said is through that whole movie, we have like this spectrum of like just creative aliens that somebody made up, right? Mm-hmm. That one scene, I always wondered if that was a real picture.
Oh, fuck.
I always wondered if that was a real picture, not of Tommy Lee Jones, but just an actual picture that was given to them to say, "Hey, look, let's put this in a movie and see if somebody would catch it."
I've never thought. Who knows, man? The amount of influence that the CIA has in Hollywood, as we spoke of at the beginning of this podcast. Who's to say it's not?
Who knows, right?
Dude,
and they just put
awesome,
it
bro.
in the movie. So I've always thought that, like, what if that's a real picture and they just put that in the movie and we all looked past it?
What better way to hide something than in plain sight?
Plain sight. Exactly.
Oh my God. Exactly. What if it was
like
real?
What if that's a real CIA picture where they made contact and somebody took a photo of a tall white coming out of this craft and they were handing them flowers?
Right. Also in the movie, we don't see a tall white. In the movie.
That's the only time we see like a real like image of what we like perceive to be like an alien or a tall white. That's what I was saying. The rest of the aliens are all just these CGI characters that somebody came up with.
Very creative.
But that one photo is something that's pretty interesting.
Dude, I think you're onto something.
It's the only photo that's like, it's the only image of an alien that's like that.
Oh, I think you're onto something new. Also, I love the coffee guys.
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right, let's move on. I think M.I.B for me, dude. Fuck, this is hard. This is really tough.
Awesome.
I knew that we were gonna get to this point, but I think I agree. I think awesome, but I think M.I.B. If we're bringing in other metrics here, if we're talking about humor, you brought in humor as another metric to other movies. So
I think it goes above Contact.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah,
it's below Close Encounters of the Third Kind, but above Contact.
Yeah, because I honestly feel like Men in Black has a lot of truth to it.
Yep.
It doesn't really leave much up for interpretation like Contact.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're kind of like blatantly putting shit in your face.
Absolutely.
Now, Men in Black 2 and 3, totally different stories, very interesting. But I think the first one had some gems in it that were overlooked, like the photo.
Yeah. Dude, that's genius. Love that. Yeah. Also, just going back to one other scene that really hit home for me was it's in the very beginning. Before Tommy Lee Jones's boss flashes himself. It's that scene where they pull. It's the first scene. They pull over the Hispanic gentleman, and they're like, "You don't speak Spanish, dude. You don't understand what the fuck I'm saying."
Yeah,
and he's like, "Yeah." Like
it's so illegal alien.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah,
it's so good. All right. Moving on. Let's do this.
Moving on.
Next movie. Go ahead, Joe.
Another pretty sick ass movie, Midnight Special. Midnight Special, not the 80s version. There's a new version. It's not even a version of that old 80s. It's just it's a newer movie. It's called Midnight Special. And it's
the Midnight Special.
Yeah.
Going out on me.
I always sing that in my head too. This is the movie that Lorian had said seems to be like one of the most accurate, real types of movies, in her opinion.
Right.
And that's why I watched it.
Yeah.
And my goodness, is that an awesome movie?
Yeah. I had watched it prior to her saying that and being on our show and saying that. And then I watched it after listening to her, the Fenton's perspective. That's not the name of the show.
The Fenton Files.
That's right.
But she also has one called
something perspective,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Am I making things up?
No, you're not.
Anyway, I just, after that episode.
She has like 3 shows.
Yeah. Lorian Fenton, look her up. She's awesome. Anyway.
Also, she has UFO Con going on this weekend.
Ooh, plug.
Yeah. Lorian Fenton has UFO Con.
God.
If you guys paid attention to us last year, we did a bunch of really cool interviews at UFO Con. It's not something that you can go to this year. Unfortunately, it's going to be an online conference. Definitely go check it out. They've got some amazing speakers. Some of our good friends are there. Terry Lovelace is going to be there again. Who else is going to be there? Paul Hynek's going to be there again.
Freaking love Paul.
Yeah, talking about his what did she say? He's been taking hallucinogenic things to try and make contact or explain this certain type of contact or something like that. So, yeah, that's going to be really awesome. Erin Montgomery, she's been on our show. She's going to be speaking at the conference as well.
I love Erin.
I love Erin.
And then Dave.
Yep, Dave Scott's going to be there again, going to be talking. Some of these other people are new, and that's what's awesome about Lorian's conference is it's always somebody new that you've never heard about, and they all have phenomenal stories.
Phenomenal.
With a PH.
Dude, and
phenomenal is spelled with a PH, isn't it?
And it is with a PH.
Phenomenal with an F.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yep.
I'm telling you, man.
Go to UFOCon2021.com and you can get your tickets.
Hell yeah.
Boom. She's got the countdown going.
Boom. Also, dude, I'm sorry. I have to pee again.
Go for it.
Do you have to pee?
Not at all.
All right. Well, you have command over the whatever you need to do.
Because I didn't drink that shot of tequila.
Well, there you go.
Like I said.
I didn't drink it either.
I don't know if this happens to any of you other people out there, but I can drink beer for like a while and like I'm totally cool. But the minute I take a shot of some sort of hard liquor, my body is like, all right, you now have the bladder of a 13-year-old girl. Go. Yep, you're going to have to pee every 10 minutes. I don't understand it. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe it just super relaxes me and my bladder is like, hey, let's pee out everything you've drank in the past week. And I don't get it. I'm kind of a, I think I used to be a really big rum guy, and then I messed myself up on rum so bad that like I really can't anymore. Tequila has always made me get naked. Whiskey, depending on what kind of whiskey it is, I'm a pretty fun drunk. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty good on whiskey. And it mixes so well with so many different things. I mean, what is it? Scotch and whiskey. I learned this the other day. I didn't realize that if it's called Scotch, it's like I guess not copyright. That's the wrong word. It's like from Scotland, I guess, and that's why it's called Scotch, because we were always like, what's the difference in Scotch and whiskey? Well, Scotch comes from Scotland. I didn't know that. A lot of you are probably like, what a dummy. It's kind of in the name, isn't it? And yes, it is. It is in the name. But, yeah, I don't know. Vodka? Dude, I can't even do vodka anymore. It's just, It's just not my thing. Honestly, I'm a good old brass monkey kind of a guy. Get me a 40 of some Mickeys and mix some orange juice in it, and we're brass monkeying all night. Time to get funky with me and you and the brass monkey. Yeah. So, tell me what your favorite drinks are. Ben, what's your favorite drink?
My favorite drink?
I'm slaughtering this other space again that you left me in.
You did it again?
I'm just not doing a good job.
All I heard was something about, wait, Scotch is from Scotland.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I didn't know that. I learned that the other day. That
Yeah.
Scotch is from Scotland, and it's the same thing as whiskey, but
Yeah.
Scotch is just from Scotland.
And then people that love Scotch are like, no, so different, man. So different.
Dude, those like really like intense whiskey people that will like put a little bit of water in it and they'll shake it and
Yeah.
they'll let it, kind of do the swirl and they smell it.
Yeah,
and it's like,
little
those dudes aren't partying.
A little pee in there.
Sometimes you gotta just drink it.
Yeah, they aren't partying.
You gotta just drink it.
Yeah, sometimes you just freaking take a swig.
I mean, liquor is terrible. It all sucks. It all tastes bad.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, a nice whiskey, pretty good with a little bit of water in it. You like froth it around.
Pretty good, but
put
it's
your dick in
not
there.
as good as a Dr. Pepper.
Not as good. Hey, have you ever had Dr. Pepper though? I love it.
Yeah, it's not as good as Dr. Pepper
That's so
though.
good. All right, let's do this. Let's move on.
I don't know
Midnight
what kind of
special. Where did we leave
suburban
off?
housewife shit you're on, man, with the Diet Dr. Pepper. Get out of here.
Dude, I drive a sedan.
You do. You drive a Buick.
Yeah. Fucking, is that a Buick? That's what most people say when I drive by. They're like,
Is that a Buick?
Is that a where did we land on Midnight Special?
Oh, Midnight Special. We started talking about Lauren Fitton's conference.
Oh yeah, that's right.
She's the one that recommended it to us.
Yeah.
Midnight Special is pretty kick-ass. It's about like this kid who is different from the rest of his family.
And he's like a part of this cult.
Yeah, he's part of like this little cult thing, and dude, they are trying to like rescue him from this cult, and they're not even sure that he's like telling the truth, but they know that something's different. They know that something is going on with him. They just don't understand what it is. It's a pretty interesting movie.
Yeah.
I don't want to give away the ending because that's kind of one of those newer ones that people probably haven't seen.
Right.
So I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's about this kid, and this cult ends up taking him and like making them part of like the cult. He's like a main piece of this cult. And his I guess like his uncles, I guess maybe an uncle and a friend.
Yeah.
Take him.
No, his dad is an actual biological dad, but he was raised by the cult leader.
Yeah, that's right. That's
That's
right.
what's
That's
fucked
right.
up about it.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah. So
They rescue him.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it's an awesome for me.
Yeah, totally awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Behind
It's
Contact.
behind
is fine.
contact for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Next movie,
My favorite Martian.
See, that's another one I haven't seen.
Yeah, dude, My Favorite Martian is pretty funny.
It's with Doc Brown.
We're talking about the 1999 version of My Favorite Martian. If you want to watch the original series, you can go on Disney Plus. I don't know, they might have some kind of thing that pops up and tells you how racist and like bad it is now. But other than that, it's a good movie.
Like most movies filmed in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, it's a pretty good movie. And the old school My Favorite Martian is also really, really badass.
Oh, but also it's a Disney movie, too.
It's a Disney movie.
It can't be racist.
Well, yeah, because the Muppet stuff that they have up now, and like a lot of the old school, Mickey
Actually, a lot of old Disney shit is racist as fuck.
The old Disney stuff, they have
Yeah.
that disclaimer in front of it if you're on Disney Plus now. But if you're smart, you already kind of know that.
Not a good look.
And if you're dumb, then you need that message so you can tell everybody. Anyways, My Favorite Martian.
Where do you put it? Because I don't have any reference.
I'm putting it in the dumb category because
Boom.
it's not like super awesome.
But like behind Mac and Me, do you think?
I would say Behind Mac and Me. It's a funny movie.
Well,
it's cool.
also-
I love it. The suit is like an alien itself. Like it moves and has a life of its own.
Do you know what I wrote down? Is Star Kid.
Dude,
We didn't put that in the list, but that's another one that I fucking love. So first in line is the most dumb, right? Do you think My Favorite Martian is more dumb than Mac and Me?
They're pretty tied. In
Okay.
My book.
All right, we'll leave it.
Yeah.
We'll leave it. We've got like 15 movies to go through.
No, we don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 9. We're almost done.
We're almost done. All right,
Come on.
Cool.
And some of these you haven't even seen, so it's going to be really quick.
Oh, sweet. All right. So, My Favorite Martian in the dumb category.
Yeah.
With Doc Brown. I've never seen it, dude, but I'm going to watch that after this.
You have to watch it. You're going to laugh and be like, maybe I should have put that in the C category.
Okay. Well, the suit thing is interesting because that's why I wrote down Star Kid.
Yeah.
It's Star Kid, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. See, in the dumb category, I don't think you can like rank them like most dumb. Yeah. I think they're just like kind of like dumb fun movies. Yeah. Right? They can't really be ranked.
Right.
They're just dumb fun movies. Next one on the list
is
My Stepmother is an Alien.
Also one I have not seen.
Oh my god.
Dude, you know what we forgot to put is Hitchhikers.
Oh yeah.
But you know, we talked about that movie so much on this podcast. Like, it's fine that we left it off.
People already know that it's in the C or B category.
Right. So, all right. So My Step, explain just and really quick. What does this mean? My stepmother is an alien. What does that mean? Like, what happens?
So she comes down and she is like, takes the form of like this. Well, so she's already an alien. She looks like that. And they're like,
she looks like a human.
Yeah.
But she's an alien.
But they're saying like, she's like learning like human culture. And so she like is like really sexy and like really pretty, right?
She's got big boobs.
And dude, she's smoking hot in that movie.
Nice.
Dan Aykroyd.
Boom.
Obviously, you know, it's going to be a badass, funny alien movie. Dan Aykroyd's in there. They end up falling in love. You know, your typical love story.
Sex.
Watch My Stepmother is an Alien. I don't want to give it away.
Okay.
Because I want you to watch it. But I have to put My Stepmother is an Alien. I have to put it above Galaxy Quest.
Whoa, dude.
Right behind Independence Day.
Wow. That's...
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, I got to see this movie now.
I would put Earth Girls Are Easy in the cool category.
Okay.
Honestly.
Okay. So behind Fire in the Sky.
Yeah, behind Fire in the Sky.
I feel like Fire in the Sky needs to be in the what did we say B was? Badass. I feel like...
But the reason it's in the cool category is because they screw Travis.
That's right. Yeah. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So this is an adaptive... I think this is a good little trend we have.
Definitely.
Right. All right.
Definitely.
Next movie.
Signs.
Come on.
Everybody's seen it.
Come on.
Everybody knows it.
You've seen it.
You put the tinfoil on your hat, right? Your tinfoil hat on because Signs.
Yeah.
Even though it's aluminum foil, not tinfoil.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
What do you wear, a tinfoil hat? No, you dummy. That's aluminum.
That'd be way too expensive.
I'm wearing an aluminum foil hat.
Aluminum.
This guy's an idiot.
Has been distributed since the early 60s. When it has ever been a tinfoil. Tin is way too strong and too sharp if you shred it.
Yeah, dude.
Tin is fucking dangerous. Don't shred tin.
They decided that we needed to change to aluminium.
Also, that's not how you say aluminum. There's no extra letters in there. Why do they add extra letters?
Well, aluminum, if you pronounce it aluminium.
Aluminum. There's no I before E. I before N, though.
I before E except after C. Oh, and
that's
like
not...
words like
wait,
weird.
Aluminium. There's no E. There's no
Do you know
I.
how to spell aluminum?
I think so.
Can you prove that?
I'm about to make myself look really dumb. Aluminum.
Aluminium. There is.
God, dude.
Aluminium.
Aluminium.
So if you're British,
Oh my
pronounce it
God.
like that.
Dude. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a real thing.
Dude,
I wasn't making it up.
I'm so glad that you just called me out on that, because I've been going through this life thinking.
Shitting on people who say aluminium.
Shitting, all the way shitting. Like hard shits. Wow. Okay.
Just like I get mad when people call Jay-Z Jay-Z.
It's like people in UK, like Australia, they say Z.
Is his name Brian Cox? I think.
Or our listener?
No, Brian Cox, that physicist dude. He's like a super smart, like theoretical physicist guy. And he was I think he was on Joe Rogan one day, and he was like, it's kind of like Jay-Z. And then Joe Rogan was
said it?
What? And he was like,
Jay-Z?
I believe you pronounce it maybe Jay-Z in America. And he was like, yeah, Jay-Z, the rapper? And he's like, yeah, Jay-Z.
Jay-Z. Actually, I like Jay-Z more than Jay-Z.
It's way more hip, dude.
Yeah, dude. We're fucking hip, okay? We are hip-hop.
Oh, yeah. Signs.
Yes. Back to signs.
Crop circles.
We watched that video earlier. That one scene where the alien, it's like a candid video of like a children's birthday party, and like this alien walks through the frame. Looking back on it, like it's not so compelling, but at the time it was like the scariest shit in the freaking world. Also, the scary movies, they ruined it for me, because remember like the pee, like, this is how they say hello, and then like they kick you in the balls, and then like they piss in your mouth through their finger.
I would say so the idea of signs is kind of not that original. The way they made it,
original. It's definitely
things that happen in the movie are very original. Like, water kills aliens, right? That's kind of an original thought.
It's campy. That's what it is.
Yeah,
like they came up with all these like, here's what people think they know in culture, and let's just make a movie. It felt very forced. That's what it felt like to me.
It was a little forced.
Watching it like years later, like the first time I watched it was fucking. You're like, whoa, and then watching it, knowing a lot more than I did at the moment, at that time in my life, I'm like, all right, so a studio just put this together. Somebody just made this little equation that they know is going to work. It's going to be a box office hit at that time. It just felt very forced. I don't know. So I'm gonna honestly, go for it. Tell me where yours is. It's not dumb, but it is cool.
I think it goes above Fire in the Sky.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Above Fire in the Sky.
Maybe after Fire in the Sky.
Well, no. Tell me why though.
Well,
But what are the reasons? Is it because Fire in the Sky? We've met Travis Walton. We know his actual story.
I think the cultural influence of Signs was way stronger than Fire in the Sky.
Yes, I will definitely agree with that.
The relevance of the story, not even close to Fire in the Sky.
Yeah.
But if we're going to ask culturally what brought the idea of aliens to the masses, was it Fire in the Sky or was it Signs?
And for that, I agree.
So that's my reasoning behind that.
Love that. See, I got it, like, yeah, that is, I 100% agree. That point just alone, what brought the idea of aliens to the masses, and had people accept that, even just to think about the possibility that there's aliens.
Yeah.
Who did it better? Fire in the Sky or Signs? For our generation.
Yeah.
Signs, man.
You could literally ask somebody at the age of, like right now, like the age of like 16 to 60 and say, have you seen Signs? And they're like, yeah, I've seen Signs. Right. But you could take that same poll with the same age range and say, have you seen Fire in the Sky? And they're like, what?
Nobody's,
You say, have you ever heard of Travis Walton? And they're like, what? But if you're like, have you ever seen Joaquin Phoenix in Signs? And they're like, oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah. I love that movie. And tinfoil hat. Water. Yeah. It's just one of those things.
That's where that comes from, though.
I don't agree that they have to be in that order, but if we're talking about what it did.
Right. There's a lot more to it.
Yeah.
Than what we're projecting.
Yeah.
So does the tinfoil hat, did that originate from that movie?
No, that's just like an old.
That came from like the 50s, right? Like the rabbit ears, putting tinfoil on your rabbit ears.
I'm not 100% sure where it comes from, but it didn't come from Signs because Signs got it from somewhere else.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Oh shit! In this next one. Boom, bam, bam, no man, but a bam, don't bam, bam, slam, thank you, man. BBT's on the microphone. BBT's on baby. What's up? Don't be in the face. What's up? Don't be in the face. Everybody knows kind of like the vibe.
Everybody
but they
get up.
It's time to jam now. It's the real thing going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Do your dance, do your dance at the Space Jam. All right. All right.
Wave your hands in the air if you feel fine. We're gonna take it into overtime. Welcome to the Space Jam.
All right.
Hey, you, what you gonna do? Say, hey, you, what you gonna do? Say, ladies, yeah, y'all ready to stop? No, y'all wanna know why? Why? Cause it's the Slam Jam, fellas. Yeah, y'all ready to stop? No, y'all wanna know why? Why? Cause it's the Slam Jam.
Bam, bam, thank you, man. Like, I feel like most people know like the cadence of the song, but they don't know the lyrics,
dude.
So they can mumble along. Is like
that is one of the coolest, like one of the coolest songs with one of the coolest montages of like Michael Jordan's whole career.
Yeah.
To the Space Jam.
It's honestly like a biopic of Michael.
It is, dude.
Yeah.
It's really badass. Space Jam. We all know that the Looney Tunes had to battle the Monstars, bro.
Looney Tunes. The way you said Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes.
The way the Looney Tunes.
And obviously Marvin the Martian.
Yeah, Marvin Martian and what's his name from Always Sunny? Shit. He was also in Hercules, the voice of the
Danny DeVito.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Danny DeVito.
Yeah,
dude, it's
yes.
that's an also Bill Murray.
Murray. Yeah,
one of my favorite lines in that movie is
Larry Bird.
He says, "Larry isn't white, Larry's clear." I think that's my favorite line in that movie.
And what's his name? Newman from Seinfeld. What's that fool's name? I always forget his name. What is he doing? I'm fixing a divot. Oh, he's fixing a divot.
And then he gets sucked in, yeah.
Oh, it's so good, man.
Fuck, man. So good.
Yeah.
Space Jam, man. Like, did you ever play basketball with your friends? Like, hey, I'm so-and-so. Like, I'm going to be this character.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Like, everybody will, like, be their character or whatever.
I always like that, the big blue guy. I always forgot his name, but
yeah.
He's like, I smell something. He's all, well, we have been playing really hard.
Yeah. What was the tall dude supposed to be? Like, they're all, like, supposed to be some kind of basketball.
Yeah, dude, it was like Muggsy Bogues and Charles Barkley.
Yeah, Muggsy Bogues, wasn't he like the small, like he was like the shorter dude.
He was the small guy, yeah. But yeah, dude, that's awesome. But they took their essence.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
So good.
That was great.
Like originality, if we're going on storyline, originality, and entertainment value, storyline, I mean, it holds up, but it's also a little bit of a stretch. Also, the originality is like, what metric are we doing storyline off of? Is it like a realistic storyline, or just doesn't make sense?
Just storyline in general.
Storyline's great. I think it.
I would have to put Space Jam probably in between Alien and Independence Day.
Dude, okay, so the storyline, right? Let's break this down real quick.
Yeah.
An alien race is looking. They have like an entertainment, an amusement park, and they're looking for the best players in the universe. And the best players of this particular game called basketball end up being on Earth. Who's to say that that's not a possibility, dude?
Yeah, like Earth has
like
the best basketball
really good
player.
at basketball.
Yeah.
So why is that so out of the ordinary? I think that's pretty possible, dude.
Yeah.
Which is why I agree.
also taking it to a whole nother level of like going to Looney Tune Land and like
dimensional,
yeah, like being able to actually go to where the Looney Tunes live and live in their world, their reality. We're talking like completely different like realities here. Like you could go there, you know and not only can you go to this different reality, but you can also, as a human, do like things in their reality that you wouldn't normally be able to do in your reality. Like when he stretches his arm out all the way to make that slam dunk. Yeah.
Dude, also, real quick, I do have a point, but I just want to say real quick, Babs could get it.
Babs, yeah.
Sorry.
I heard Babs isn't that
Talking
hot.
about a cartoon character.
I heard, dude, I was extremely sexually attracted to Babs Bunny. I think Babs Bunny, well, I would have to say, the girl from
What about Roger Rabbit? Yeah, Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah. She was smoking hot, but Babs Bunny, like, I think confirmed, like,
That's not bestiality, right?
No, because I didn't fuck
It's like
her.
anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, we didn't commit any, like, sexual acts.
As like a 10-year-old,
very influential point in our lives and a very hormonal point in our lives as men, as young men.
Yeah,
like that was a very sexualized character.
She was super hot, dude. She had the big, beautiful eyes and very busty.
Well, they
and
made
like
it.
she was just had that tight waist. With
And
that,
they played the music. They made you feel that way.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They could do like the
and then the way Bugs' eyes would like turn into hearts.
Yeah,
and he'd be like, "Hi, hey,
you're so good at that
I'm
voice,
Bugs." And she'd be like,
do more,
Bugs.
Like, bro, your Bugs voice is fucking awesome too. I don't want to put you on the spot, but you have to do a little more than that. Say something about the NFL. Oh, now you're thinking about it too much.
Now I'm thinking about it. Damn it.
All right, let's move on.
Do it.
Just
do it.
and yeah, but dude,
Michael Jordan. It's Michael Jordan. Dude, oh my god.
It's so good.
Hey, what's up, Doc?
Fucking hell, man. It's really good. It's really good.
Yeah.
So interdimensionally talking about so check this out. Here's an idea. We created that dimension.
Ooh,
and we were also able to go into this dimension, like, and manipulate it and be a part of it. That's almost like lucid dreaming.
Right, yeah.
And I hate to go off on a tangent, but real quick, dude, I had a dream last night, dude. And I lucid dreamed. I didn't mean to, but I thought of an idea, and in my dream, I wrote it down in my notes on my dream phone. In the morning, I woke up and I checked my notes because I remembered it, and nothing. I didn't write anything down in my notes on my real phone, but I remembered it in my dream phone.
Dude.
Yeah. That's
crazy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So anyway, so like Inception style, like if you can create is consciousness creating this reality? I mean, I don't want to go down the dark,
right, yeah.
But I think that is just like we could do a whole episode on this.
Yeah, totally.
Like the cartoon version, the world, whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just building off what you said earlier. Like you sparked the idea. But,
yeah,
dude. I think it deserves a high spot. So what do we think?
I think it does too. Dude, actually, I would put it in between
I think it's above
Contact and Men in Black.
Dude, I think it's above M.I.B. after Close Encounters, before M.I.B.
Before Men in Black.
Fuck yeah. I agree as well.
Yeah.
Dude, yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Space Jam is up there.
Yeah.
I also heard that Babs isn't as hot in the new one.
Oh, what do you mean?
With LeBron James?
I didn't even know that I thought they were working on it. Did they finish it?
I think they're supposed to like be making another one, but it wasn't like a big deal. I just saw a couple things. I haven't even seen a photo of it.
I knew they were working on it, but
see if you can pull up a photo. What does Babs Bunny look like in the new Space Jam?
Oh shit. About to go down.
I think people were all sensitive and shit, and they were like, just like I said, that like I got my first boner looking at Babs Bunny. I think they didn't want to do that in this movie, so
I mean, they really did sexualize that, and like they knew that
I mean, look at her. Oh my god.
The clientele that would be watching this movie was going to be kids. So I understand. Like, dude, I would not want my daughter or my son to watch. This is fucking sexual, man.
She's so hot.
We can agree to that,
so
right?
hot. Babs, we're saying Babs. It's Lola Bunny.
Oh, why did I say Babs?
I don't know. Lola Bunny.
Oh my gosh, she looks like this chick. Dude, the chick from Game of Thrones. Look, she thick, dog.
Yeah.
Oh my. Okay, all right. We're not gonna go down that rabbit hole. You get it? I'm sure there's some kind of. If you want to.
That was Babs Bunny and Buster and Babs Bunny.
Where did I get Babs from?
Right there. It was from the remember Tiny Toon Adventures?
No, dude. I know Babs from the fucking OG, dude. Like the Looney Tunes. I don't recognize this.
Tiny Toons Adventures.
I don't think I ever watched this. This
Yeah.
does not look familiar to me.
Buster and Babs Bunny.
I know Buster and Babs Bunny. Maybe I did.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the OG. That's
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Look at this. Like obviously somebody like watched like drew.
Oh my
That's-
gosh.
Not an actual like somebody drew this, right?
Yeah, I think so. But jeez, I mean, Jesus, dude. Yeah.
I mean, come on.
she's hot.
She's hot.
She was hot.
All right. This isn't all right. We're not weird for thinking that, right?
No, she was
We're
hot.
not the only ones.
Every kid that watched Space Jam thought Lola Bunny was hot, dude.
All right. Well, I don't feel as weird anymore. So
No,
thanks.
you shouldn't.
I mean, look at
She's
that.
hot.
Look at that sultry gaze. All right, I gotta click off of that, or else I can't stand up.
Oh, there's a new Pornhub category on your computer tonight.
That's why I exited all my previous incognito windows before you got here.
my
Dude. It's all Lola, Lola Bunny.
Oh man. All right, next one.
Next one. Sphere. Sphere, dude. Okay, so this is one I added. Joe, you had seen you did actually remember some shit I didn't remember about this movie. But bro, one of my all-time favorites, but also the only reason that it was my favorite is because it was one of the only PG-13 alien-related movies that I could rent. So I rented it like a couple of times just because it was like scary and whatever. And I felt cool like renting a PG-13 movie.
Dude, heck yeah.
I would ride there on my bike, in Taylor, Texas. Like one of the only movies I could. Oh yeah, I'm cool as shit. Like I can rent PG-13.
I just rented this and I'm 12.
Yeah, I was like 10 and they let me rent that shit. I was 10 years old. Anyway, is it Samuel L. Jackson or Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson.
You didn't answer my question.
Is it Spider-Man or is it Spider-Man? It doesn't matter.
No.
It's the same thing.
It's not Spider-Man. It's Spider-Man or Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. All right, so Samuel L. Jackson.
It's motherfucking aliens.
It's motherfucking aliens. Dude, all right, so you don't see an alien. All you see is a like globulous sphere of like reflective material. It's all takes place underwater.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with that shark one. That shark,
The one with the LL Cool J in
the
it?
real smart shark movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about,
LL
right?
Cool J.
A lot of people confuse the two because they take place underwater, and it has to do with like fish and
But
shit.
this is the one where they fill the helmets full of water and you have to like breathe it. Yeah. Oh, dude, I couldn't imagine that, dude. That would freak me out.
Dude, so they're at this underwater base, and they find this structure on the surface or the surface of the ocean floor. And it's like this alien structure, and they go in, and all they go in the doors, and then it looks, honestly, if you've seen the
There's doors.
you go in and there's doors. So it looks like the inside of an ancient pyramid. There's like hieroglyphs and shit, dude. It's so good. And then they see this like little ball, and he's like. He doesn't actually look like that. But anyway, so this dude touches it and he gets infected, right? And I'm not going to explain the rest of the movie, but it's intense. Samuel L. Jackson, he was the perfect cast for this because it made like an uneventful movie so much more intense and so much more entertaining.
Yeah, I agree.
He made that movie.
I agree. Totally.
He made that movie.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sphere's pretty badass.
Also, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the C category because it's just cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. All right, moving on. You got to announce this one, dude. I just went.
All right. This one. Star Wars. Star Wars.
Yeah. It's a Star Wars.
It's a Star Wars. And we purposely picked the movie poster where every character is Jar Jar Binks.
I wish I could like zoom in on it. I'm gonna have to do a lot of like. All right, hold on. I'm gonna pull it up. Star Wars, Jar Jars,
Jatar,
Jar Binks.
Jatter.
I might have to edit this.
It's like now you're not even going to be able to find it because
right,
you're looking for it.
I'll do it later. We'll do it live.
That's funny.
All right, so start. Like we were thinking at the end, we were like, well, what movie have we missed? I know we've missed one really epic one.
Stargate.
Well, that too. I fucking love that movie though.
I know.
Fucking love that movie. I will put that as super awesome.
You have 2 Star Warses on there.
Oh, that's a mistake.
There's 2 Star Horses. ¿Por qué estos Star Horses? Pero por qué?
For those of you who don't know, Joe is half Mexican. He can make this joke. Okay, it's not racist.
Mira.
Star Wars.
Es tu Star Wars.
Why is that so funny?
I don't know.
You hit my funny bone.
Oh
My God.
Back to the good old days.
Oh my God. Okay, so Jar Jar Binks. I wish people could see it more clearly, but like, there's someone photoshopped Jar Jar Binks on all the characters' faces. So it's like.
And in the Star Wars category, we didn't pick like one single movie. We thought we would pick one single movie,
right.
But we're just talking about the saga, right?
Yeah.
We're just talking about the whole collection of Star Wars in general.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, kick ass. Star Wars is badass.
This is unprepared. We haven't not talked about this. We were just like, yeah, add it to the list. So I don't know what you think about Star Wars and where you want it to be on the list. I know where I want it to be on the list.
Creativity?
And it's the one that I said it was the only one that I would choose to be on Super Awesome.
Creativity off the charts. Entertainment value off the charts. What was the other one? Storyline off the charts.
Yeah. Storyline, originality, entertainment value. There's got to be something said about a universe that's created that can last, 40 years now?
Yeah.
40 years of entertainment value.
Not to mention,
can't beat that.
Not to mention a universe that was created in the middle. Starting in the middle, and then 20 years later they were like, all right, now let's do the beginning. And then another 15 years later, then they were like, okay, now let's do the end.
But like, who knows? Like, he could have had this all figured out before. We don't know.
I think that the story just lent itself because even now, like with the core movies,
mm-hmm.
all these 9 core movies, there's so many spin-offs, not spin-off, it's still Star Wars, but there's so many stories that can go in between all these movies
and
that then branch out. And now we're looking at The Mandalorian and where the Jedi was like this ancient thing that used to exist that nobody believes in anymore, but kind of believes in, right?
Yes.
And so like you're looking at this thing that's like hundreds of years down the road.
Right.
with Mandalorian,
Right.
And it's just there's just so many, like the Clone Wars. Like you watch the Star Wars movies and you see the clones and you see the wars, but like how did that lead up? You know, what happened after that? Like there's all these different movies.
You said we see the clones and then we see the wars.
Yeah,
Like
you see them making the clones, right?
But so in between that, you know, there's an animated series.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
It's
Yeah.
okay,
The
so
Clone
that's what you were
Wars.
referencing. All right,
Yeah,
all right.
And
I just
that
made
tells
sure.
the story in between.
I haven't seen all of them, but I did start. And dude, there's so much.
Yeah.
So much.
And it's just cool that you can make all these different stories
Yeah.
in this massive timeline that lasts for thousands of years.
Right. Dude, that's a great point. So we're talking about like longevity right now. We're not talking about in our lifetime.
Right.
We're talking like it's so in depth and so instilled and so well thought out. Like we have to agree, first off, that humans came up with this idea, right?
Right.
We created this as a human species, a bunch of people, not just the George Lucas, but like so many people have started fandoms and like fan theories and all that shit. Like this is a unmatched rivalry when it comes to storyline. Like originality and storyline and entertainment value. It blows the fucking top off of every single one of those criteria.
Absolutely.
So that's why it has to be the number one. Super awesome.
Absolutely does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And name one other movie that can last that long.
And also, like, when you're talking about the time period where it came out,
That's also my yes.
the time period that it came out, and then for them to start the movie with a galaxy far, far away, a long time ago,
dude.
a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Right.
You're thinking to yourself, probably in that time period, you're thinking, we're not even that advanced. How could that have happened a long time ago?
Right.
But now you think about it and you're like, oh, dude, that's civilizations in the universe that existed that are so advanced, and we just can't even comprehend it yet.
Well, yeah, I agree to that as well, but there's also a subjective point of view for that too, because a long time ago, where do you put yourself in that timeline?
Yeah.
A long time ago could be, okay, so when they said the word a long time ago, that could have been millions of years ago or millions of years in the future.
Yeah.
So it just there's so much room for the imagination.
Yeah, because it leaves you as a human here on Earth thinking that, like, damn, somewhere far, far away, there's like this massive battle that's taking place right now.
Yeah.
And there's an empire that rules a sector of like the universe.
Right.
You know
what that idea also gives room for is that, you know how like among astrologists they say the Earth is in the boonies in our Milky Way galaxy.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're in the country, right? Barely have electricity and water. Just started shitting in the house for the first time.
Yeah.
And we are also, the Milky Way galaxy is a tiny little beep boop little, they got an Arby's. I guess we'll go there.
Yeah.
We're like, what we're seeing, going back to what you just said, all these millions of years happening as we're looking at the light coming from the stars. The light that we're seeing coming from the stars that are 10 light years, 1,000 light years, 10,000 light years, 1 billion light years away. We're seeing the light that happened 10 billion years ago.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
It all plays into itself. It's just the smartest. It's the best.
And the idea that
they thought of everything.
That somebody could have that type of technology to be able to faster than the speed of light travel. We're talking like, we're not just galactic anymore. We're like, you're out in the universe, dude. Like, you're conquering shit in the universe. Somebody have that type of technology, and then you think about the fact that space is so big that like they'll never even reach us. That Imperial War, we will never even see.
Yeah.
And they could go for millions of years, and space is so big, we wouldn't even know about it.
It could have started and happened within the lifetime of the Earth. Like, the Earth is evolved with intelligent life forms. Let's say, all right, we're smart enough. All right, we see some weird lights in the stars.
Yeah.
Okay, that's when the war starts. And then, Okay, a couple million years later, war is over or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, we're so far away.
So far.
Yeah. Dude.
Star Wars.
It's just so good. All right, we've got a few more, guys. We're like at 3 hours right now. Obviously, Star Wars, it has to be for me above Coneheads.
I was going to put it in between E.T. and Coneheads.
No shit.
Yeah.
Can we rock, paper, scissors? Well, okay, no. Let's talk this out. This can't be like, it's not a democracy, all right? It's got to be a game of chance.
Yeah, okay.
What? Let's talk it out. Let's talk it through. Okay. Why Coneheads over Star Wars? Dude, that sounds ridiculous. That sounds ridiculous. Honestly, I just want to do that just to like piss people off so that they'll comment on our video.
Dude.
Why is Coneheads more super awesome than Star Wars?
Because if I sit through a Star Wars movie, there's 10 to 15 minute periods that I kind of lose focus and get bored. When I watch Coneheads, every single scene is hilarious and funny, and I'm captivated the entire movie. Everything that happens in that movie is gold. Everything. From the very beginning of the movie to the very end of the movie, everything is gold.
Dude, all right. Look, I feel like I'm going to come off as like, oh, I just agree with everything you say.
You also haven't pulled up the cast of Coneheads yet. And
I haven't, but I will say this. Look, I'm not just agreeing with everything you say, okay? I'm taking into account what you're saying, and what you're saying does make sense to this idea. And I'm going to tell you what the idea is. It's that the fact that, first off, yeah, dude, when I watch a Star Wars movie, even it's the new ones that came out, I zone out, dude. I forget, like, I love it. It's so beautiful, but like I just zone out and I start thinking about how it could be, and like I start to like piece the puzzles, put the puzzle pieces together. I think you have a point there with the Coneheads thing where it's just every second the editing is either hilarious or like there's a new moment happening.
Yeah. It's like we start with this ship crashes. Oh shit, it's aliens. What's the first thing they do? They go to a hotel and they like zap that soda machine and all the coins come out and they're like, we need a room, and they like throw
There's a lot of ideas.
They throw coins, like just coins on the table, and he's like, oh, okay. And then the next scene from there, they're laying in bed and she's reading the Bible and she's like, and then you go from there and you're like, what the fuck? And then it's like, oh shit, now she's pregnant. Now he's driving a cab,
right?
You know?
Yeah, and he's like sharing it with a couple other people,
like. And then he like starts working with Sinbad, and then Sinbad is like, hey, I need your social security card. What's your number? And he's like, A57. And then he's like, it happens every time. You find some good work around here, and they don't belong here. And the very fact that like the government is tracking them because they're illegal aliens is like the basis of the whole movie, basically.
Yeah.
And they are real aliens.
Yeah. So, a storyline.
They're looking for this RD Chico guy.
I think Coneheads loses storyline for me. Loses to Star Wars on storyline.
I think if you watched one Star Wars, if there was only one Star Wars movie,
a Star Wars,
Coneheads would be better. What makes Star Wars a good movie is the fact that there's so many of them, and you have to play this badass story out. Also, the cast of Coneheads is the best era of SNL that ever existed.
That is also true.
Which is the funniest.
Chris Farley, dude.
Yeah.
Dan
Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
All of them. Every one of them, dude.
McDonald. Is he in it?
Norm Macdonald. Norm Macdonald's not in it. No. He was a little. He was in that like in between.
He could say literally any sentence, and it's hilarious.
I love Norm Macdonald.
He could say literally anything, and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But no. So back to your point. So we're talking about cast, right?
All-star cast.
And every second being
Funny or entertaining somehow.
entertaining. So where it loses storyline points for me, at Coneheads loses storyline points. Coneheads gain in entertainment value. So where does that leave you? Like, is Coneheads better than Star Wars? Also, it's not. We're not saying that one movie's better than the other. It's just that
Where does it fall? Yeah.
where does it fall personally between you and me, Joe? We're not saying like, oh yeah, this is what you should believe.
I absolutely love Star Wars, but if I had to choose what movie I wanted to watch right now when we finish the podcast,
It
I'm
would be
picking
Coneheads. It would be Coneheads.
I'm picking Coneheads.
Same.
Because I love Star Wars, but I don't
Same.
want to have to
Same.
invest my brain into something that
That
serious
settles
all the
it.
time.
That settles it for me.
It's
I was gonna be like, you changed my opinion, and look, I'm okay with this. Look, that's honestly that's the best way to go about it. What movie would you rather watch after this podcast?
yeah.
Coneheads or Star Wars? Fucking Coneheads.
Yeah.
Because Star Wars, you have to watch all of them to really be satisfied.
You have to invest a lot.
Yes, lots of investment.
It's like something that if you started now, it's going to take you a long time. The reason I love Star Wars is because I watched it as a child and I've invested I'm 33. I've invested my life into Star Wars. That's why I know the characters. I know the plot line. I know what's happening. But it's not something that you could just watch as a one-off and understand what's happening. Coneheads, you could watch it, love it, enjoy it, every second of it, and it could be an immediate favorite for you.
Yeah, love it.
That's
All
why
right.
Coneheads is number one.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on.
Now,
Star Wars
Dude,
numero dos.
we've got 4 more. Dude, this is gonna be the longest episode.
I think people are going to enjoy it, though, dude, because they're going to want to know your opinion
We're
on the
gonna
movie.
have to split this into 2.
No.
Yes,
No.
I'm saying it, dude. We're gonna do.
If you can sit through
Star Wars?
Melinda Leslie, you can sit through this.
All right, let's do it. All right,
Because they're going to want to know what the next movie is.
well, that's how we create. People that will come back and listen to our show, I guess.
But you know what? We're going to create something new the next time, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, honestly, we don't know what we're gonna do, but every time it's like I feel like every time I was like, Joe, dude, every new episode I'm like, that's my new favorite episode.
Yeah.
Which this is already my new favorite episode.
Man.
All right, next movie.
Star Wars.
A Star. We had Star Wars Star Banks.
That was supposed to be Stargate, but we'll X that
We
one
should.
out.
I don't know. We can't.
Yeah, just
eliminate
leave it down there.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist.
Next one is Arrival. The Arrival.
The
And it's not the
Arrival.
new one with hot chick, hotsy pants, red, a hot girl.
Yeah.
It's The Arrival with Char Binks. Charlie Sheen.
Charlie
right?
Sheen.
Sheen. So The Arrival with Charlie Sheen. It is one of the first alien movies that I saw growing up. It was like, again, I feel like I've said the same exact thing for like 8 movies already.
A lot of these movies have been your first alien movie ever, dude.
Dude, again, so one of my first
This movie's badass. I like this movie, dude. Like, for me, like, the alien part is cool, but for me, the whole beginning half of the movie is honestly my favorite.
What's your favorite part?
Just receiving the signal and being like, "Whoa, we gotta get this right," and then
The wow signal.
the basically
It's playing off of the wow signal.
basically
right?
the wow signal,
Yeah.
and just him like trying to figure out like, how can I do this again? He links all the houses together with that cable and pretends to be the cable guy, and then he meets that little kid, and then that little kid starts helping him out. Like that, the receiving the signal and the build up to the end.
Yeah. It's so low key. It's like non-epic. It's like something that could happen to you or your neighbor.
Yeah.
Right?
And the way that
Like that's your neighborhood kid that's like curious and like, hey, you're into electronics, me too. Like,
Yeah.
You know, I used to have a neighbor that was into wood carving and shit. He used to like make me swords and stuff. Like I would hang out at one of my dad's best friend, Uncle Milton, man.
Uncle Milton.
Milton Umaker, man. I would like come over to like yell like, "Hey, you want to hang out?" Like when I was a little kid. And that's I relate so much to this little kid in this movie in Arrival, and the fact that what at the end I don't want to like. Should we give away the ending?
It's an older movie.
It's an older movie.
If you haven't seen it by now, you need to get on it.
Yeah.
So, if anything, that telling the ending will entice people to see.
One of my first memories is telling people like I remember one of my favorite movies is it was like this. I was like telling people it was this alien, like their legs bend backwards and like instead of the knees bending back, they like bend forward and like no one knew what the fuck I was talking about. That's the movie, dude.
That's it. The Arrival.
Char Sheen.
Also, the way that like they discover this signal, right? As a scientist, and you're like, well, we found this amazing signal, and then for the rest of like, you know, the company that they work for or whatever, just to kind of dismiss it, like, oh, well, just because you found a signal doesn't mean anything, right?
Yeah.
That's not real science.
Yeah, that's lame as fuck.
And the way that he's like, what are you talking about? That's not like real science. Like, we're on the verge of like one of the biggest discoveries. So for me, the idea that like sometimes you can come across something that may seem very insignificant is actually one of the biggest discoveries in mankind is a very important point. And that's why I like this movie, because they tried to treat it like it wasn't a big deal.
Right.
But they kind of knew what was going on at the same time.
Dude.
And he's like, I'm a regular dude trying to figure this out. Like, I don't know. It gave me that real, just your average guy.
Yeah.
Trying to.
It did feel very, very grounded in a way. Like it wasn't like Independence Day. It had characters like Jeff Goldblum's dad was like a part of something, and Jeff Goldblum was like in on the science, and he was like already like a scientist. Like this is just some dude that was working. I guess he was working at a satellite company. Anyway, but
it was supposed to be like SETI.
Yeah, like SETI. Well, it was filmed.
Yeah,
but the dude, the ending, man.
You don't have to give away the ending, but
well, let's just talk about like the realism of the aliens real quick. I know that's not on our criteria, but I just thought that was so creative, like the way that little flap.
Yeah,
on their cranium.
They look really cool.
They looked really cool. And like the idea of that instead of like a horse's back legs, that's how their legs worked.
Yeah.
Like, why can't we walk like that? Why did we evolve to walk with our knees bending backwards?
Yeah.
Is it more efficient to do that, or is it the opposite?
For us, it is. If we go back to the Bigfoot episode, when the bones fuse, it's more efficient for us to move that way, heel to toe, as opposed to like a primate that would grip something where they have the back heel of the bone, the middle of the foot actually like can bend forward.
Right.
And as a baby, you can bend your foot like a primate and grab stuff. That's why babies' feet are always curled up and stuff. Yeah. And they have to learn how to step flat. And then as we wear shoes, it fuses that bone together. So it's an efficiency thing for us. The most efficient animal supposedly is the kangaroo in the way that they move around. What? But for this alien, that's probably the most efficient way for his body style to move. A horse, the way that a horse moves, I mean, it's on all fours. So obviously that's a pretty efficient way for it to move because of the way it runs and gallops and stuff. So yeah, it's an interesting point thing to point out in the movie.
I want to know, can you show me? I want to know about these strangers like me. Dude, Tarzan.
Yeah.
Tarzan.
Yeah, dude.
He didn't grow up with a shoe. Dude, Phil Collins walked into that studio. He walked into Disney said, "Phil, hey, do you want to write the score for Tarzan the movie?" He goes, "Shut the fuck up." Shut the no.
I've already written.
Shut the fuck up. I've already written all of this. this is about to be my most epic
You mean
saga of music.
I have to top Elton John, obviously. So
And he did.
he did. It was pretty
And
damn
dude,
good.
I'm okay with saying this. Elton John, love Elton John, but Phil Collins fucking just made sweet, sweet love to Tarzan, that
Yeah.
soundtrack. Oh my God.
Did you know that Phil Collins has the largest collection? Well, no. Well, yeah, Phil Collins has the biggest dick in the world. But also, Phil Collins has the largest collection of Texas history memorabilia. He's actually donated a lot of his collection to the Alamo because he had more shit than the people at the Alamo did.
What?
Yeah, he's
That's
a
cool.
huge Texas history buff. And he's not even from the United States.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right.
Fun
I'm just
fact.
sorry, I'm just looking at the time. We got to get through 3 more
All right,
movies.
The Arrival?
Where are you at with The Arrival, Joe?
Dude, I'm putting The Arrival in between Men in Black and Contact.
I was going to put it behind Midnight Special. Only because of the storyline. Because
I'll give you that.
The
I'll give you
Arrival
that.
doesn't have much of a storyline.
Would Arrival go before Mars Attacks?
Absolutely. Just because I think Mars Attacks is just a goof. It's just a goof. It's a big goof, okay? I don't take it seriously. It's goofy. I love it. But what I got out of it was... Okay, what I got out of Mars Attacks is like, all right, well, this is some shit that's going to make the masses afraid of alien technology and shit and like aliens. But The Arrival makes you like sympathize with.
How about this? Mars Attacks goes after Independence Day. The Arrival goes before Alien.
Yep, I'm down.
I think so.
Yep, I'm down. So it's badass, but it's not awesome.
Right.
I'd agree with that. I think The Arrival is on it. I enjoy The Arrival more than Alien.
Yeah, I did
For
too.
a lot of different reasons.
I did too.
I think that's a great call.
I enjoy the series of Alien as a whole better than the movie Arrival.
Whole.
You said whole. But yeah,
Boobs.
it was just it was a super badass movie.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I love that. All right, good call.
All right, the
All right,
next
one.
movie, The Arrival.
The Arrival.
The new The Arrival.
The new Arrival with the hot redhead hot girl.
Yes. Dude,
Pam from The Office.
I'm
kidding. That's not
gonna,
that's not the actress.
That's gonna have to. That's such a cool movie.
It's so fucking cool.
It's such a cool movie.
The way that it deals with tangible things that we can all accept, and then it kind of goes into not only language but time. It's like how do you talk about time?
Right.
It tackled that, which I think that lends this movie. It's gotta be up there because of that fact, because no one else has tackled that before.
Right.
A lot of the contactees that we have talked to talk about this is what this message that I got, but also like I
didn't read it. They almost felt the message more than they understood the message, right? And it's kind of the same thing. She learns this language so well that her own mind starts to think like the messages that they're giving her.
Yeah.
And that one symbol is an entire lifetime of what's happening.
Right. Yeah, it's like time doesn't really exist as a linear fashion as most humans, as we think. Like our understanding of time and how we experience it is so limited because we are born and we die.
Yeah.
Pretty simple. We're kind of like a germ
Yeah.
or a virus. It's like we're born and then we affect things and then we change things and then we die.
And they really pulled from Arthur C. Clarke's Childhood's End with the fact that these craft just land and they sit there. They don't do anything.
Right. I think what that... Yes. Yeah. No.
They don't do anything.
Wait.
Everybody's
say more about the Arthur C. Clarke thing.
So he wrote this book called Childhood's End, and it's basically like these craft show up and they sit over major cities all over the world.
Yeah.
And nobody knows what the hell's going on. There's like one person who's allowed to contact and like talk to the main being that's on this craft. And basically they're trying to shift the world consciousness to what they think it should be because it's more efficient. But humans don't really want to comply with it. And so you have the human population like starts to split into these different, categories of like, oh, we're pro this and we're anti that, right? So you have that split faction, kind of like we're seeing today.
Yep.
And it's kind of the same. I haven't finished the book yet, so I can't speak on the whole book. But it's really, really badass. And from what I've read so far, this movie is pulling from that in the fact that these craft show up. And the craft in the book, they sit there for like
They serve
100 years.
They're not like yeah.
They're not doing anything.
They're not like shooting missiles. They're just there.
Right.
Which, dude, for me, goes back to...
But I do know that the end doesn't end up well for us. I know that.
Oh, I was hoping you weren't going to say that.
Well, that's because...
Wait, hold on. You have to tell me now.
Well, I haven't...
What does that mean?
I know... I kind of know...
Joe!
I know what the ending is, but I'm like in this like 50% range where like I don't know the rest of the story, so I can't tell you. Because I don't want to like... I don't know. I wanted to like Google it and find out, but I want to finish reading it. So I don't know the whole story yet.
Okay.
I'm in the middle of it.
Okay.
So
they're taking aspects of an archetype, and if you will, like this non-intrusive thing, but it's almost like District 9, right? Like there's this huge craft that's just in the sky and it's just there. It's not hurting anybody, but it's just there. Like we can all see it.
Right.
I think that might be... I think there's a reason why those movies are so popular and that archetype is so popular, because the thing that people fear the most is the unknown. Not knowing the intent. It's almost like more comforting knowing that we could like try to fight, because like humans, like we want to be in battle and fight against the opposing force.
Yeah.
But when there's nothing to do and there's really no course of action.
When something foreign shows up,
yeah,
but doesn't pose an immediate threat, what do you do?
What do you do? I think that might be the root cause of why we don't hear a lot of stuff, why the government doesn't release a lot of information, because it's like,
we just don't know what to do. They don't know what to do.
We don't know what to do.
They don't know what to do.
Well, the government wants to be this parent, right? Like they want to assure their children that, hey, you're safe, everything's under control. We're good.
We'll do everything you want us to do. Except we're not gonna do anything you want us to do.
We're gonna pat your bottom. We're gonna take. Also, we're gonna take all your money. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Also, like half of your money, we're gonna just go ahead and give us that.
We're gonna go ahead and take that.
Get that.
We'll probably misappropriate most of the funds and then give you the crumbs.
Yeah. also, like we're gonna like. Okay, I was gonna go down.
Anyway, so where does the arrival, new arrival,
where does the new arrival go?
Where does it go?
Dude, there's so many. I want to keep speaking to it, but dude, we're like almost 4 hours in, dude. I think that the arrival, if we're going off of storyline, originality, entertainment value, I think it's an awesome. So that just means, where does it go among the awesome for me? What do you think?
Man, I was gonna put it in between E.T. and Horse Girl.
So super awesome.
I think super awesome for the simple fact that the originality and the the storyline is so cool.
It is.
The idea that like
it's like, hey, we're gonna need your help in a couple million years. We need you to understand our language.
You're taking the idea of like linguistics of, and those people study ancient writing, but they had to apply it to something that doesn't even exist yet.
Yes.
For the future. that was such a cool idea.
So many cool ideas in that.
That you're like, something that doesn't exist, how do I apply what I know to figure it out?
Also, the fact that the beginning of the movie starts with the ending of the movie.
Yeah.
Where she you mentioned this earlier, but I don't think we really expanded on it. But like, as she learns this language, her brain starts to perceive reality in a totally different way.
Right.
That even as someone watching the movie, how can we comprehend that? Like, they dumbed it down for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
The original idea was probably way more complicated. It's just like, all right, let's tell these dumb people, like, what's the best way we could get this idea across?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I agree. Fuck, man. I was going to put it in awesome because
I just think what we just talked about puts it over the top in the super awesome category.
I think it is in the super awesome category. That means it's either more awesome than Horse Girl, more awesome than E.T., more awesome than Jar Jar Binks Star Wars, or more awesome than Coneheads. Bro, I'm like totally rethinking everything right now. I'm thinking that this Arrival might be way, way above Horse Girl. I'm thinking it's right behind E.T.
I think it's in between Star Wars and E.T.
I'm okay with that. Let's do that.
In between Star Wars and E.T.
Yeah, let's do it. Boom. I agree with that. Cool.
Also, with it being one of those movies that could be one of those like drip disclosure type movies, puts it in the super awesome category. I think it deserves it. I think it deserves it because for how uneventful the movie was,
it really was.
It's an extremely uneventful movie, but so captivating. And it keeps you sucked in the whole time. You're like, nothing has happened.
Yeah. When I think of a movie that has changed my life, I think of two movies. Well, three, really. It's one is Inception.
And La Bamba.
Avatar.
That's one of my top 5, bro.
And then
Lou Diamond Phillips.
Hold on, what's the family in the 70s? The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. The Hawaiian Adventure. Those are the top 3. They have changed my life.
Oh.
But like more seriously, like
I would put the Beverly Hillbillies in front of the Brady Bunch.
The point I'm trying to make is it's not just while you're entertained while you're watching the movie. It's what's the the everlasting effect? What happens after you watch that movie? When I watched Inception, it still affects me to this day. I think about it. The Matrix still affects me to this day.
I love the Matrix.
Still affects me to this day.
Yeah.
The Arrival, I might be in that category because
it's one of those movies when you finish it, nobody says anything.
Yeah, yeah. Like nobody stands up. Karen stand up and clap.
Yeah.
It's not just about the movie. It's like almost like I'm in a point where to be in the super awesome category, it's got to make you think for years to come.
Hell yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out Inception. I go back and forth every year, I think. And I think the new Arrival movie.
Yeah, I think it belongs up there for sure.
E.T. almost like drops below Horse Girl in that aspect.
It almost does,
dude. Are you okay with this?
I'm okay with that.
So we go Coneheads, which I strongly believe that's the best one.
Yeah, I do too.
A Star Wars. Arrival. Dude, I forgot. All right, we got two more. Let's get through it.
Yep.
All right.
War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise
goes in D for dumb. We don't even really have to talk about it.
He's the fuck. I was just seeing his face and like, look, I like Tom Cruise as an actor, but he overdoes it. The storytelling of this movie is literally like,
the story's great. The movie just wasn't that good.
The movie's so bad. They really thought that it's almost like as you're watching it, they were like, oh, these people are gonna love it.
Yeah.
It was like this expectation that we were gonna fucking eat it up.
Yeah.
It felt really cringy, man.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
dumb. Probably it's the dumbest one.
Yeah,
All right.
my favorite Martian is definitely better than War of the Worlds.
Mac and Me and My Favorite Martian is way better than War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way more entertaining. Those movies are way more entertaining.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
So we're not going to waste a lot of time on War of the Worlds.
Yep. Thank you.
One of my favorite childhood movies. Dude, Explorers. I love it. I love Explorers.
The Explorers. Is it The Explorers or The Explorers?
Explorers.
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 The Ford Explorer. Explorers.
Explorers.
Explorers. I can't even. Explorers. Explorers. Man.
Explorers.
Like, talk about nostalgia. Like before Stranger Things. Okay. Like, what are the most nostalgic movies for you? Like one of them is
La Bamba.
La Bamba.
I love La Bamba.
One of
Shit's
them
my like top 5.
is what's the movie? Shit, man. It's like a famous song name, and they like it's like a couple of kids and like there's like a tree house and they grow up and they're like older.
Oh,
It's like Stay With You or something like that.
Stand By Me?
Stand By Me.
Yeah.
It's like that. Stand By Me plus aliens and plus just like it's so
Hell
fucking
yeah.
real. Remember the kid, like his dad's like abusive and shit? Like why did they need to add that?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it just made it so real. Like I knew kids like that growing up.
Yep.
Like I knew fucking kids. I'd show up at their house and their dad be like drunk and like
Yelling and shit.
yelling and shit.
Like, whoa.
So
You want to play at my house?
whoa, dude, you want to come play Legos at my house for like 4 weeks? Like, like I got plenty of underwear. My parents are cool. We can drink chocolate milk.
And the idea that these kids come across these aliens that are also kids
Yes,
is a cool,
Yes.
super cool idea. The fact that he receives the message in a dream, like a download,
yes.
is so badass.
And the download looks like a circuit board.
Yeah, takes it to his homeboy Wolfgang, and they put it together, and they figure out the secret to like this anti-gravitic bubble, and they get one of those tilt-a-whirl things
Yeah.
that you see at the carnival,
Yeah.
and then they put a washing machine on the front of it and make it look like a cool, badass dog.
Dude. Like it has like ears and shit.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I went through this phase as a kid where I literally thought anything was possible, and I like my imagination was running wild.
Oh, yeah.
I was playing Legos with our buddy Ryan, and like I literally thought like my imagination literally constituted my reality.
Yeah.
And there was a certain point in between like me and Ryan not becoming friends, or like we weren't friends. We just outgrew each other, and I was friends with another kid that was younger than me down the road, and like we just would hang out in this lot that my dad owned down the street, bunch of bamboo and shit, and we would just like play make believe. Like, dude, like the ultimate idea was let's make a spaceship.
Yeah.
Make a spaceship.
Oh, yeah.
Just imagine like piecing some shit together and like adding it, like just plugging in a fucking computer and like, oh, now we have a UFO. That was, as a kid, the most unrealistic but like ideal thing.
But you weren't on planet Earth.
Yeah.
You know? You created your own reality as a kid.
Oh.
Because kids are smarter than we
Now
are.
you're getting deep.
They haven't been brainwashed.
Now you're getting deep.
They haven't had to get a job and have the life sucked out of them. Explorers.
Had some sucked out.
So where does Explorers go for you
Man,
in this list?
I'm just like so connected to this movie, and I felt like I shared too much, but I mean, I was more like speaking to like the kid aspect. Like, you think anything's fucking possible. This is like the ultimate. Like, if you had a friend that knew about computers at that age, it was able to make it happen. Anyway, I don't know, man. I think it's definitely badass for sure.
Definitely badass. Almost awesome. I would put it in between Midnight Special and The Arrival. So it's either got to go before Arrival in the badass category, or it's got to go after Midnight Special in the awesome category.
Wait.
What do you think?
So, wait. I'm looking at...
Not
this
that,
Arrival.
That Arrival, yeah. The Charlie
Dude.
Sheen Arrival.
Okay, so we agreed that it's badass, right?
Yeah.
Dude.
I say before the Arrival in the badass category.
Okay.
I don't know if it's quite awesome.
Before that's the most badass?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's talk about it. We're talking about kids building an apparatus, getting messages sent to them from an extraterrestrial, building it. Also, we didn't even touch on the science of it. Like, they first created like this orb of energy.
Yeah.
They could create how big it was or small it was. It didn't matter what the thing that they were sitting in. They could just sit in a high chair if they wanted to.
Yeah, and still make it work.
What they did was create this. They got this download and to create this ball of matter, this energy, this anti-gravity. And what they also introduced is like, oh, they couldn't breathe. Remember that? Like,
Yeah.
they couldn't breathe
Yeah.
at first. And then,
They all had the air tanks.
yeah, dude. And then the helicopter drives by and they're like, oh, they look like aliens because they had those like masks on and shit.
Yeah, man.
Fuck, dude. I think I agree with you, man. I think Explorers is the most badass.
It's so creative. And also it's like
Storyline, originality, and entertainment value. Fuck.
badass.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think it is the most badass. Mm-hmm. It's not the most awesome,
Yeah.
but it is the most badass.
right? Yeah.
Dude! Yep. All right.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah. All right, we made it through.
Yep, we did it.
All we have is the Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah, dude.
Hell
yeah.
Wars.
I think that's a pretty good list, man.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, and, hey, and all you guys, I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of disagreements here, right? You know, but definitely take a look at this list and maybe create your own list and shoot it over to us. I'd love to see what other people's thoughts are, because I'm sure if we saw other people's lists, we'd be like, that's a good point, you know?
Yeah, like, tell us why.
Yeah, tell us why.
Joe changed my opinion 4,000 times in this episode.
And that's why Coneheads reign supreme
Also, yeah, Coneheads.
of the most super awesome alien movie.
The most super awesome alien movie of all time is Coneheads.
Absolutely.
Closely followed by Jar Jar Binks. We all know who's the best.
And I know we left out a million movies. There's so many sci-fi alien movies. These, like I
Star
said,
Kid.
these are just a few that we decided to put in a list, some of our favorites, and this is how they panned out. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Hey, if you're watching on YouTube, leave your comment down below what you think is the most super badass.
Yeah.
And then we'll revise. We'll revisit this based on the comments that we get. But if no one leaves a comment, this is just a one-off episode.
Right, yeah. And, I mean, either way, you're going to be wrong because Coneheads is the most super badass. But, I mean, I'd love to hear your opinion, for sure.
And if anybody, like, dude, I want to hear what people's, like, all right, Horse Girl. I want to hear what people... what people say about Horse Girl.
I want to hear what people say about
that
that too.
Yeah.
That's an amazing movie. The most mysterious movie on this entire list is Horse Girl.
Yeah.
I promise you, you won't regret it.
Yeah.
I promise you.
You're going to love it.
Watch it.
Out of all these movies, if you haven't watched one of them, watch Horse Girl.
Horse Girl.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Watch it now. It's awesome. All right, dude. That was fun.
That was it. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's it for me, man. We had a good time.
A Star Wars.
Oh,
So
gosh.
Coneheads reign supreme,
And Tom Cruise lost.
and Tom
Cruise.
Cruise. Sorry, Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
But not Tommy Boy like Chris Farley, because that was an awesome movie.
Yeah.
But
he's in the super awesome category with Coneheads.
yeah, War of the Worlds. I did not like it. I hated it.
I
hated
like
it so much. But Coneheads fucking loved it. To compare the two is like kind of ridiculous, but I feel like we did a good job. I think it panned out perfectly. Like B, badass, right? The middle category has the most.
Uh-huh.
It's a good little sine curve, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Sweet, dude.
Dope.
Well, hey,
That was fun.
we'll see you guys next week. And, this is another episode of UFO Garage.
Goodbye.